We are executing some draft strategy today. 2025 fantasy football drafts. We're going to tackle some Best Ball Mania 6s. And Danny, I didn't talk about this before we started going live, but I really want to focus and hone in on what we think is ideal in terms of strategically what we're doing this year, how it applies to home leagues, and obviously how it applies to Underdog as well. So yeah, Spicy's going to enter the draft for us. And if you guys want to join the draft, head on over to the main lobby of Underdog, Best Ball Mania 6, 20-second clock. That is what we're going to be doing. We are waiting for one person to join the draft. And quick shout out as well, Best Ball Mania 6, $2 million to first place up top, $15 million in total prizes. Promo code FSC will get you a deposit match when you sign up. If you guys are new, you can use that code, and then you'll get a nice little booster there. So we are, after the first draft, we're going to make a pick'em for the NBA Finals, which is probably why Mason was the first one in here, I would imagine. He's probably waiting for that heat. Yeah, we'll see what we got going on. I see some friends and family in the chat there with Arthur at the 3-hole.
Yes, sir. I mean, also Mason pointed this. I did notice you did the different style with the thumbnail. I'm kind of fucking with it.
Yeah, I mean, feel like I could tinker around a little bit with best ball thumbnails.
Yeah, it definitely looks clean there. I'm seeing Drake May round 1, Drake May round 1. Shout out, pack it up. I mean, you basically just gave me an excuse to showcase. Again, it's not a lot, but it was something that meant a lot to me when I pulled it. Little Drake May here, Drake May rookie.
Yeah, and for those of you guys that are wondering why is Danny showing us football cards, you bought a big pack of them, so get ready for about 300 football cards to be shown throughout this stream.
What's crazy is I was telling these guys, but 2 cards. So I opened a pretty penny. I opened probably like 2 to 2.5K of boxes this weekend, pretty much. But 2 cards basically made up that entire value. We got this bad boy here. You can't see it too well, but see the patch Laporta. That is a 1-of-1 Sam Laporta. If you can see the 1-of-1 logo there.
You might have to move him up in your dynasty rankings now. You've been tanking him for a long time.
Yeah,
it wouldn't shock me if that's what got you to move him up. Just so easily swayed by the fact that you now have stock in his career.
I reached out to him on Instagram. Like, hey, I pulled the 1-of-1 of you. If you're interested in a swap, hit up your boy.
Yeah. There you go.
Figured why not? I mean, hell, if you're a player and you have the access to be able to get a 1-of-1 version of yourself, like I probably would too.
Yeah. I've never messed around with trading. I mean, when I was a kid, me and my dad and my brother used to just rip hockey card packs all the time, but I might have to tinker around with what you're doing, and I'll probably crap out and get like my best card will be like a freaking Tristan Wirfs, like, actually that would probably be pretty good. My best card will be like a, Cody Mauk rookie card or something.
Well, I was telling you right before the stream started, and I'll tell the stream right now, but got Bush a little memento for the studio so he can appreciate his boy Graham Barton signed rookie card here. So gonna get that to you. I wish I loved anything. Yeah, no, I'm a ball lover. I'm a ball knower. It is what it is,
Yeah. If Danny had pulled a Nico Collins, you guys, he would still be talking about it. I wouldn't have even gotten a word in on this stream.
Well, I mean, it's crazy contextualizing that 2 cards.
We're on the clock here. Do we want to double tap Genty Thomas here?
I am perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, I was hoping when I saw we were picking at the 12 hole, I was hoping we would get Nabers because that's who's on the thumbnail of this. And I'm pretty Nabers pilled as you. I mean, I accuse you of glucking the shit out of Nico Collins, but I'm doing tricks on it with Malik Nabers right now. And I have him as a top 9 redraft pick, and I have him as a top 2 dynasty receiver. So he's
may as well make him 1 at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the tiebreaker of Chase being a year younger than Jefferson and Lamb, and the fact that he has Burrow and the pass volume and stuff, it's enough for me to keep Chase at 1. But I do think in some league markets, like you and I play in, for example, it might be harder to get Nabers.
It might be because
you might have to pay slightly more.
Because if a rebuilder has Chase, they're more willing to accept a big deal because of the age versus. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. But yeah, I mean, he's got the case to be, obviously, as much as I love Nico Collins, you love Malik Nabers, so we kind of have our stamped narratives on our players,
It would have been nice if we could have started the draft with both of them.
Oh yeah, no, that would have been lit.
But people had to no ball and take Malik Nabers at 109.
Yeah, I mean, Nico Collins also goes 111 right before us. That was pain. That would have been nice.
Yeah. Any changes on the ranking? So I don't know about you because I always want to check in on this. Have your rankings 6 through 12 changed like mine do on a daily basis from a best ball
Oh,
standpoint?
man. So I've had McCaffrey at 7 probably for the last couple of weeks. Before it was like 2 weeks ago, it was like a hotter take to have McCaffrey 7. He goes 7 in like every draft now.
Yeah,
So
he's been going higher lately.
because I remember when I first mentioned it to you, it's like we might have to start considering the tier of 6, a tier of 7, because McCaffrey's right there for me. And at that time when I said it, it was like a hot stance to have. Like the market's completely adjusted to that.
Yeah. So McCaffrey's at 7. Does anybody? I'm assuming you got like Nico at 8. I would imagine.
Puka at 8, Nico at 9, Genty 10, Malik Nabers at 11. That would be a tier of itself, 8 through 11. At 12 through 14 would be my next tier, which is Devon Achane, Brian Thomas Jr., and Amonra. And then right after that, the next area is a tier of about 5 guys. London at 15, Bowers at 16, Henry at 17, Loud McConkey 18, and AJ Brown at 19 overall.
Okay, yeah. So mine, I mean, my 7 through 12 is a tier. I have Puka at 7, Nabers at 8. Then I have Achane at 9, which is, I recognize, higher than the market has him. Yeah. And then St. Brown I have at 10, Genty I have at 11, and McCaffrey at 12. So those guys are kind of all like, there's a reason that we've said it on a couple of occasions so far, is that picking 7 and 8 is probably not ideal this year, because for me, you're getting a relatively similar projection at 7 or 8 as you're getting at the turn where we picked. Like Genty, Brian Thomas or whatever is comparable in my opinion to a Puka AJ Brown start, only like I might prefer the Genty Thomas 2v2 there. So it's close, but I really do like the Puka Nabers Achane as like the head of that tier for me.
Yeah, I would agree as well. I have McCaffrey. Like, keep in mind too, this is an underdog. People are sharper on like a McCaffrey, especially in home leagues. Picking 7 or 8 is just so sexless, because there's a very real possibility you can get McCaffrey later than 7 or 8 and still get, like you said, access to the BTJ, the Nico Collins, the Malik Nabers, the Ashton Genty, the Devon Achane area at that 1-2 turn.
Yeah, the caveat I would have is if I could start, my 7th and 8th overall players are Nakua and Nabers. So if you're picking 7 and you know Achane's going to fall to you in the second round, I have Achane at 9. So if you could start your draft, Nakua and Achane, my 7th and 9th player, that would be where picking 7 or 8 would actually be beneficial.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you there. We're about to be back on the clock here. Travis
your
Hunter
boy goes off the board here. I don't really take a whole lot of the elite quarterbacks. I don't hate taking one of them here if you want to, but we could just go with Mike Evans for one of these picks, maybe, would be my preference.
Maybe, so I would say Evans plus maybe one of the quarterbacks. Maybe we can lean towards Allen because he's got cheaper stacking options.
Sure. Yeah, let's go with, I do take a lot of the Lamar stacking options personally in drafts. Like I've got a lot of exposure to Flowers and Likely, and I've been taking one of my favorite 2 late round dart throws are the 2 running backs, Hill and Mitchell.
Keaton. Yeah. And Bateman specifically in a best ball format because he's got the verticality. He's realistically the best vertical receiver on the scene, which is funny because you looked at his prospect profile, you think, okay, he's more of your separator, more of your true X.
We all called him boring, like maybe he's a big slot or whatever.
Now he's just like a big play hunter, which is pretty hilarious, but it contextually makes sense because Andrews doesn't have the juice like he used to. Zay Flowers more of that intermediate yak target, so you kind of need Bateman to operate isolated, down the field. But I mean, kudos to Bateman. He was really efficient last year, ended up earning that extension, and maybe not the guy that I would want in a lineup setting, but in best ball, I think he's very reasonable at that 9-10 area where he goes.
Yeah, this is my opinion on McCaffrey as well. I'm much more likely to select McCaffrey 7, 8, 9 area in a BBM 6 tournament than I am in a home league. I'm probably wanting, like I have him ranked 12. I'd probably want him around that 1-2 turn in a home league.
Yeah, which again is reasonable. I'd be willing to go even in a home league, like a little bit more aggressive. But as you know, I'm willing to accept a lot more risk in a lot of my draft picks, just historically.
Am I low key becoming you can't win your fantasy draft in the first couple
of
rounds?
You are, unfortunately. Now? I mean, it's funny because I mentioned this to you, but when I was on the stream, shout out Candyman and Bindles if they're watching this right now. But when I was on the stream, they basically like referred to me as an OG in the fantasy space. And I was talking to you, I'm like I'm 25. I don't feel like an OG, but like low-key, we've been doing this for 5 years. How many channels have gone on for 5+ years on YouTube specifically?
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be a decent amount of I don't consider myself an OG.
But that's what I mean. It's like I don't, but like it's funny because realistically, outside of like Mason, BDG, a couple channels. Don't get me wrong. Like a lot of the channels that you'll see pop up now are like domain newer or like within the last couple of years.
Yeah, shout out Notorious was a little bit before us.
Yeah, Notorious is an OG as well. Yeah, Unk. We are the Unks. We are
officially Unks now. I mean, Notorious, he's married now. He's old as hell. I'm going to be married this time. Well, not this time next year, but a couple of weeks from now next year. So,
well, like that's what I mean, though. When you look, like, we are getting older as much as we don't want to fucking.
Dude, I tweeted this yesterday. You know whose music I've been getting into lately? It's the most Unk artist of all time.
Jazz. You told me.
Dude, I've been listening to fucking Michael Bublé lately, which is like the most Unk music ever.
I can see Bush. He gets up in the morning. He's about to make his tea. He's like, I just haven't met you yet.
Oh yeah, there we go. Dude, it bangs, bro. He's fucking he's Canadian too, so shout out.
Uncle Bublé.
Uncle Bublé. Dude. So at first I was like, okay, Bublé's like a mom artist or whatever. Italian dad. Yeah, it's a mom artist or like a dad artist for sure. But I actually I don't know, I've just been kind of getting into him a little bit more.
I fuck with it. I mean, my music pal, you remember when we started the channel, I was 20. I was listening to the same shit every fucking day. And now it's like I'll listen to other stuff,
What unks like me refer to Danny's taste in music is that isn't music.
Well, I mean, 2020 Danny. Now I listen to other stuff. Like I've listened to like country, I've listened to rock, I've listened to kind of a wider net of music. But yeah, I mean, when we started, I was just putting them on as much rap as I possibly could.
I loved rap music when I was like 15 to 20. I just don't connect with it anymore. I'm like, I feel like it got progressively worse and I don't really connect with it anymore. So
yeah, fuck. Bush, if you don't be careful, soon enough you're gonna get that rounded hairline that every unk and grandpa has. You know what I mean? Sure. Where the hair's in the middle and then it just recedes around the middle.
Yeah. Do we want to who do we want here? Do we want I mean, I think Kamara is kind of just a good value at this point, but we could grab two receivers if you're in that.
We can go with your boy first. I think Godwin.
Yeah, let's go Godwin because we got Evans already. And then do we want to go? I'm cool with going to Olave or Addison but like Kamara would be my highest rated player. But if you don't want to go Kamara, we can go with a receiver.
It would be between Kamara and Henderson for me. If you want to go Kamara, I'm cool with that.
Okay, we got three receivers. And I mean, I don't really want to fall behind at running back, knowing that we had to deviate for an elite quarterback too. So, and because I don't know if I ever would have uttered that sentence last year. Fall behind at running back. Like, how do you fall behind? Like, dude,
round 9 is caca.
And not just round 9. There's like maybe 3 running backs I like from round 10 to 18.
Well, that's what I mean, right? Like the only, like you said, there's a few running backs. Like I've been mixing in, like a Miles Sanders round 17, just because Javante's kind of dust. I've been mixing in like Rachaad White has to be one of my highest rostered running backs.
Yeah, Rashaad's one of those guys that I draft a lot. Same with Spears. I would say those two guys are Benson. I draft those guys quite a bit, but like, dude, we're gassing up Miles Sanders. Like, this is where we're at as a society.
Well, yeah, I'm curious what my Bigsby's another one I've been drafting a lot.
I've been taking ETN and stuff too, but that's more like round 9, round 10 area.
Yeah, round 10, round 11 usually. But yeah,
it was like 111, which is like less than round 10.
Yeah, no, fair. Yeah, no, it is fascinating. There's like a couple dart throws I like in that range, like Trey Benson I really like a lot. Ray Davis is another one that I've been popping a good amount.
Yeah, Ray Davis is decent.
Also, let's get Mason the link here. Let's get the Unk Fest going. Here, let me
the Unk Fest. Is that what we're calling it?
The Unk Fest. We're all unks in the fantasy YouTube. We got it.
I don't know. I feel like until you're watching The Voice and listening to Bublé, I don't know if you get to call yourself that.
I've already been called Unk multiple times by my 19-year-old cousin.
Yeah.
I mean, Dylan probably calls us Unk behind closed scenes.
Yeah.
Also, I typed in
Dylan. Dylan feels like a nephew to me at this point. So,
no. Dylan, shout out. What year are you? You what? 2008, 2007?
That's insane.
Like my cousin's a 2006. I know that, and he's a year
Bublé could have sung "Haven't Met You Yet" about Dylan because he wasn't born.
Yeah, no, that makes me sick. Here, Mason, I sent it to you on Twitter, by the way. I sent it to you on Twitter.
Yeah. Another Unk thing I've been doing a lot lately is I've been getting into reading. I haven't read since I didn't read any books in high school. Like, you're supposed to read books. Like, I didn't read them. Like, I watched Cliff Notes YouTube videos on them and shit. So I just like, probably haven't finished a book since I was like 10 years old, legitimately. Like reading a book.
2009 Bush. 2009.
So like accurate representation. He literally wasn't out when Haven't Met. He wasn't alive when Haven't Met You Yet came out.
Oh, he was 5 when I started high school. He was 3 when you started high school.
That's insane.
Oh my God. Holy fuck. Shout out Dylan, man. I just ate. My mom's making me read To Kill a Mockingbird right now. Oh,
yeah,
God,
no,
you
did I
To
read
Kill
that
a
book? Hell no.
Oh, bro.
In high school.
We'll get the man himself in here. We need another view so we can get all 3 on the screen here.
Yeah, we could do this side one maybe.
Yeah, let's do it. Whichever works. We got the main man in the back. Let's
Yeah,
get it, brother.
Ooh, we got spicy hot in here.
Yes, sir.
How do you think the
Appearance.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, I don't want to take too much of y'all's time. I just had to do some rehab here, whatever it's called. Danny, we don't need to be spending $2,000 to $5,000 on sports card packs and things from now on.
Wait, what?
If Bush isn't going to talk some sense into you, I got to.
He's like,
Hey,
why don't you spend
that's exactly what he
sports
needs to
cards?
do.
Is what he said.
I don't do that every time. I just had no collection, and now I do. Also, 2 cards are worth the entirety that I spent, so it made up for it.
Well, you better sell them and not just
Yes.
hold them.
Yes.
Don't just be like, yeah, I got a Laporta 101 when he's like a 2-time Pro Bowler 15 years from now and doesn't amount to much.
I don't know. Maybe by
Hey,
then,
clock,
Sam
run
Laporta's
clock, man.
family member wants to
Downs,
spend a pretty
easy,
thing.
auto click.
Oh, all day.
Yeah. Hey,
Um,
real quick, where do you think the Downs ADP settles? Because I bet you he ends up going at the 6-7 turn a month from now.
Yeah,
think he
I'd
goes
say
mid-six.
wherever Addison, Olave, Godwin, and those guys go, he'll be in that territory pretty soon, I think.
Yeah.
Do we want to grab one more RB here, or do we want to just tack on another receiver?
I mean, we got the Unk Fest going. May as well go Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I mean, B-Rob's my highest rated running back on the board.
Really? Over
Yeah.
Aaron? Damn.
I have Brian Robinson over Aaron Jones. Yeah, I'm cool with either one. I don't really give a shit.
Fair.
They're fine.
I like Aaron Jones higher. Which one?
Sorry, I was going to say Baker.
Oh, because we drafted Allen.
Yeah, we drafted Josh earlier in the draft. I don't draft a lot of Josh Allen. I was because I just fade quarterback into oblivion 90% of the time. So
Yeah, we what's it called? Saw Allen there. We're like, we don't have many strong quarterback builds on the spicy account, so had to mix it up. With that being said, if Baker does somehow fall back, because we have basically everybody on.
this is what I want my quarterback portfolio to look like. I want about 8% of Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels.
Definitely
and
don't want to
then
be underweight.
I only want late round quarterbacks other than that for the most part. Like even on teams where I take Evans and Godwin, I would actually rather just take Tua later in the draft and week 17 correlate it and then stack up Tua with Jonnu Smith or, whoever else.
Tua's just free at his current cost. He's going
I just
150
I
plus
love,
every
you
round.
don't get a pro Baker guy like me, but like I don't want to take him as high as he goes, to be honest.
Yeah, a couple things with this. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but in the underdog drafts, everybody's like pitching now that you need 3 quarterbacks. So those quarterbacks like Tua in that range,
They fly.
they're always going ahead of ADP now. So if you want them, you kind of got to take them.
I know it's annoying.
I
that
noticed
they
that.
figured it out because I feel like I've been doing this for 2 years, and now everyone's like 3 quarterbacks the meta, 3 tight ends the meta. I'm like, fuck, man, this is what I've been doing the whole time.
People
I've
realize-
noticed that
drafting skinny builds.
If you literally wait past round 14 to get your QB2, you may as well just punt it to round 16 or 17 because by then it's like you're praying Geno Smith or Sam Darnold there round 14. Tua, all those guys, Penix, Stafford, even. Like I've had people take naked Stafford in front of me without any Rams ahead of ADP just to get.
I do it all the time. And you know what I do?
What?
I take Terrence Ferguson with my last pick.
That's
I
happened
love
to be
Ferguson
on
around
numerous.
ADP.
He's like my highest roster tight end. I'm like 35% of my teams.
Yeah, no, he's free. He's free.
Hey, can I ask y'all a couple questions and then I'll leave y'all alone?
Yes,
One, since Rodgers signed with Pittsburgh, and I'm assuming we get more red zone opportunities with Rodgers than Mason Rudolph, I've been taking a lot of Caleb Johnson around 7. Is that bad?
Yes.
I've been playing that through Metcalf. Frankly, I'm higher on him.
I'm the
than
Caleb guy.
Every other Steeler that's available.
Okay.
Caleb Brown 7 feels free. Him and Judkins to me are like the 2 running backs I'm taking most every single time in round 7.
Yeah. Rodgers checks to passes all the time, like in the red zone when he doesn't like run plays. So I've been playing it through. I'll take a couple Rodgers shares and I'll tack on Metcalf or I'll take Metcalf a lot because I just like Metcalf this year. And then maybe I'll tack on a Rodgers or a Freiermuth even too, because he, clear lead tight end there. Unless they trade for Jonnu. And I think because the Jonnu trade rumor came up, that Freiermuth usually falls as a result of it. And I think he's still like the way that Cole Kmet used to be, which is that he's always good in best ball. He has like 3 or 4 really good games every year. I feel like we might get that out of Freiermuth this season, where he has like a couple 2 touchdown games because Rodgers just checks the like passes all the time in the red zone.
Yeah, no,
as long as he doesn't try to lateral, we should be good.
Yeah.
Also, I'm cool taking him here because we have the Jaguars potential stack we can build, obviously, which Trevor Lawrence later. ETN's ADP, if I'm not mistaken, a week and a half ago was like 118
or something like that. 118.
He's been a big riser.
Yeah, which again, I understand it. You have less concerns potentially with him losing work right away. I think that was the big talking point. Like at the start of the offseason, Tootin was going straight up above him.
What else do we want to do here? I'd be cool with Rashad. Like I want to cool on Burden. I've been taking him a decent amount, and I don't really want that much exposure to him.
Bateman. So. I mean, I just mentioned 9-10 turn. I think in a best ball is reasonable for Bateman given his role in that team.
Yeah, we got to figure out how we're gonna get some Allen stacking pieces here too.
Yeah, so we missed out on Shakir. We could go. I mean,
which is the correct take as a Khalil Shakir stan. He's going way too fucking high.
Oh, wait, Coleman already went before our pick.
Yeah. Also, I would be remiss if I didn't mention this is absolutely a tack on an 18th round Elijah Moore team.
Oh, absolutely.
I take him every Allen stack I do is an 18th round Elijah Moore.
Well, the beauty about a guy like Allen is like he could very well be the piece you need in week 17 without his receivers absolutely going off. Like if he punches in 2 rushing touchdowns within the 5 in week 17 and both Evans and Godwin get there, Baker obviously would get there in that instance. But even if Allen outscored him by 2 points, because like I said, he did a lot of it on the ground, like you're still getting that addition to your lineup versus the teams that have that with Baker.
Yeah, Allen's my favorite of the elite quarterbacks just because he is the easiest to stack and you can just play it through cheap pieces because Allen will probably spread the ball out as well. Like season long projection, like I doubt any one of these receivers really crushes. Like it'll probably be Shakir's like wide receiver 36 in fantasy and Coleman's wide receiver 44 in fantasy. And like, they're not going to, if anybody does
Palmer's been slipping a lot, by the way. Palmer, I swear, every draft I'm in, I'll look at him at pick 155 and I'll see his ADP is like 143 or whatever it is. Check what his ADP is. I swear every draft I'm in, he falls at least 12 to 15 plus picks past ADP.
Yeah, I think on the stream, I got him like 30 picks past ADP yesterday.
It's insane. It's like almost every draft, people don't like taking him where his ADP is.
Yeah.
I think his ADP is garbage. Unless
it is.
Yeah,
it is. And again, I'll take the exposure on even unstacked teams.
Where does Coleman go?
So far? He goes 9th, I want to say. He went in the 9th here, right?
His ADP lines up pretty much to just go to the Josh Allen team. It's like Bateman and Andrews. They go where they go just because the Lamar team takes them.
Yeah. Which
makes sense.
I think, honestly, like we're getting to a point with stacking where it's becoming less and less of an advantage.
Oh, for sure. Like if you don't stack now, everybody like takes a screenshot and clowns. I think Bush, we were in a $500 draft together where I took like an unstacked Tua as my 3rd quarterback, and I'm just like, I'll take the points for the advancement.
I was annoyed because I had Evans and Godwin on the team, and I wanted to, like I just said, I don't really love taking Baker with those guys, even though it is kind of like
you're in a big dog slow too, Corey.
Huh?
You're in a big dog slow as well.
Yeah, I was with Mason in the same draft.
Oh, that's dope. Is it done now? Or
and we were picking, I was picking 111 and he was picking 112. So we were like constantly sniping each other.
That's how, to be fair, Mason, that's happened in an R2 as well a couple times, I've noticed. I mean, yeah.
Dylan Sampson at 35%. Yeah, I've been taking a lot of Dylan Sampson, and you won't catch many people higher on Judkins than me. So
he's absolutely free.
Tyler Warren, in my opinion, is easily the best pick in all of underdog drafts at the moment.
I believe the 5 players we can't stop drafting. He is one of them for me.
Yep.
And
him and Njoku are my easy clicks. If I don't take a tight end in the first 10 rounds of my draft, if I'm on a turn like this and I have access to Warren plus Njoku, I can close off my tight end at 2 there and feel confident.
In my mind, it's just like Warren and Loveland outscore all the wide receivers here.
Easily.
This guy just took
for sure. Yeah, we take Warren with one of these for sure.
Yep. Tucker Kraft's been a good clip for me too. But
do we want to take I think Christian Kirk's a fine pick here as well.
So let's go Warren first.
We could go.
I'm not a big.
We could go Lawrence here too and be done at QB.
Yeah, I think we kind of got to go Lawrence
let's
here
take
because we
Lawrence
have
and be done at
BTJ.
quarterback, and then we can.
Yeah.
I guess the meta is now fucking 3 quarterback teams, so we got to figure out how to get unique and go back to the 2 quarterback build.
Yeah.
I like what we got here, though. What we
Um,
got here.
yeah, I have 26.7% Tyler Warren. Other than Terrence Ferguson, who's an 18th round pick, he's my highest roster tight end.
Yeah, I'm curious what my ownership is at right now because obviously once all these best ball drafts are done, I'll be able to give you an exact number, but there's just guys I already know right off the bat that are easy clicks every round. The other one, I mean, I know Mason, you've mentioned this before, Trey Benson, anytime he falls in this range, it's just an easy click. When you're taking him around upside cuffs, like straight up, like the upside that we have for Bashal Tutin, like Benson has that, except he has a more immediate path to it because James Conner is old and hasn't put.
Well, and
hasn't
also Tank Bigsby there in addition to
Tank Bigsby as well.
ETN.
Yeah, so that's one I don't understand, and Ray Davis is the other one, but I'll let you talk.
Yeah, Benson's my most drafted running back, and James Conner's in my bottom 5 exposures in terms of the relevant running back. So I'm definitely rooting for a Trey Benson season over James Conner this year.
Absolute league winner.
I'm Rashad White, and sorry, my highest rostered running back's Tyrone Tracy at 27%. I really do think he's going to probably be the lead back for most of the season because Scadaboo's profile for a guy that took 3 years at Sacramento to really, figure out the scheme and stuff kind of strikes me as somebody that could start slow in the NFL. And Tracy should have at least like a receiving role early on in the year. And I would say probably the leg up in terms of what the coaching staff would expect to be the starting running back. I mean, because Brees is my second highest rostered running back. DJ Giddens, Travis Etienne, and then Brian Robinson, Quinshon Judkins. And those are the only guys that have over 20%.
Yeah,
so you're underweight Scadaboo this year. Makes me feel good.
Big time.
I've been taking Tracy instead of Scadaboo as well, just at the cheaper cost. And I have nothing to base it off of other than I see videos of Cam Scadaboo walking around. I go, this guy rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm actually at market with Scadaboo. It's not that I dislike him necessarily. I just think that Tracy's the better pick.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you right now, I got to support the tone setter. But with that being said, I've been taking Tracy over him every single time.
Yeah, I have 11% Tracy and 5% Scadaboo.
Do you have anyone over 30%?
No, my most drafted is the Big Q at 20.
Let's get it.
The Big Q is
QJ Johnson.
The boy.
Yeah, I have 35% Tua on my team, which scares the living daylights out of me. But honestly, I just feel like he's exactly the same projection as Prescott, Purdy, and all the guys that go in the early 110s.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to do a lot more drafts than y'all this year, obviously, because I live in Texas, so I can. So I kind of, in my opinion, I think
Dude, Tucker Craft 148 makes absolutely 0 sense. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that is pretty insane. I mean, I have Devontae Smith and Tyreek Hill both over 32% right now too, which for early round guys is like an insane amount.
Yeah. So you're making your stances this year.
I mean, we're gonna have, I don't know, 200 teams, give or take. I feel like it's more fun to do that.
Palmer's an auto click.
Palmer's an auto click. Let's take our time here because
he's good.
What do we want to pair him with?
I'd be cool going with Tillman and being done at receiver potentially.
Yeah, I don't mind that. There was news actually, Mason, I'm not sure if you saw, but apparently Deontay Johnson's been taking a lot of the first team slot snaps for the Browns, which is pretty interesting because obviously when he's been healthy and when his mind's right, like he's shown he's a talented player in the league. It's just a matter of how much of a head case he is at this point. So I think he's viable round 18 where basically he's going right now.
Yeah, I mean,
it's interesting.
He's a fine round 18 pick for sure. I'm like Deontay Johnson. Come on now.
It's like, are we getting Antonio Brown 2.0? I mean,
he wishes he was 10% as good as Antonio Brown.
No, but
Brown was one of the best wide receivers ever.
Not talking talent wise, talking in terms of a little cuckoo in the mental.
You can get away with being cuckoo
Deontay Johnson
if you are
perception all-star though.
Well, it was what was the TV show that said this? It's like the hotness meter of a girl and the crazy meter of
that was How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, where it's like you could put up with more crazy depending on how hot she is, but like there's always like that linear relation where as soon as they go over it, it's like, okay, no, that doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, Barney's like she got way more crazy throughout the night, but no less hot. Or no more hot. She didn't get any hotter throughout the night. She was the same level of hot. So,
hey, one thing I need to check in on as well is how bad is it that round 18, if I ever need a receiver, I just go Tolbert or Amari every time?
Oh, it's free. One of them's going to be a
Tolbert's
Cowboy.
probably fine. I think Tolbert's a fine click. Amari, I'm like, I could see him retiring.
Yeah. But my thing with Amari is the Bills gave up a 3rd-round pick for him last year.
Dude.
That's what they gave up for. I mean, the Bears gave up a 2nd for Chase Claypool, and he's in the CFL. So
was
he's
Amari
in the
Cooper?
CFL?
I think so, isn't he?
Probably. I don't know. He's garbage.
Let me see.
Was Amari Cooper just tossed around the entire Flock League last year?
Well, I know I offloaded his bum ass to Bush after week 1. Y'all thought I got robbed.
You think I kept him?
Bush offloaded him to
traded my
Zach.
back 3 players in addition to Amari Cooper for Brandon Ayuk, who blew his knee out the next week.
Bush
I
offloaded
still
him.
can't believe Danny goes on the thing. He goes, "What a great trade for Bush, Avery." Like, dude, Zach, what the freak are you doing, dude? Why are you doing this up? I just give him like 3 league winners for fucking guy who blew his knee out.
It's still funny between that and the land guys commenting how I ruined the integrity of the league for trading Rico Dowdle for Jonathan Brooks.
I think it's actually crazy that, and this actually, I won a title in my home league, kind of almost on the same thing. I took CEH at 6th overall in 2020 in my home league and won the league because the rest of my draft was like really good. Like I drafted Devontae Adams in the 2nd round. Like I just drafted a bunch of good players. If I had kept JSN, Bucky Irving, some of the guys that I drafted, it might not have looked that bad that I took Garrett Wilson over Justin Jefferson.
Oh, brother, if I would have kept Nico Collins.
Dude. Well, if any of my receivers wanted to stay on the fucking football field, that would have been great. I hop on camera. Last undefeated team left. I'm feeling good. Within 2 weeks, my entire team was fucking on the IR.
Yeah, it's tough. Oh, Brenton Strange, dude. I was actually ready to take him.
Wow, that's a rarity for you.
You want to go Cade?
I'm cool with that.
This range of running backs makes me want to die. Like, actually, holy crap. Nick Chubb, Will Shipley.
I like Chubb.
Round pick.
Yeah, good. Chubb's not awful here.
Chubb's not terrible, but Will Shipley, like that needs to end immediately.
Yeah, no, we're not doing no Will Shipley. With that being said, I would go with Giddens because we do have the Jags correlation.
Yeah, let's take Giddens. I take a lot of Giddens is what my top 10 player for me in roster. I'm having 22%.
I've noticed this. Is there a reason Jalen Noel is falling in every draft now?
I think it's because he got a hamstring injury or something in minicamp.
Well, that plus not to mention he's basically at this point a slot only player, and people are anticipating with where Kirk's ADP is at that he's going to get the immediate opportunity, and they're probably viewing Noel as more so a year 2 play is at least how I'd probably.
He's kind of if Jalen McMillan goes 2.5 rounds ahead of him though, like I don't see why Noel should go not where McMillan's going.
I agree. I think 16th is a little too late for him, but like 14, 15 turns probably where he should be. Like, why is Wan'Dale Robinson going that far?
I mean, I would take Wan'Dale Robinson over Jalen Noel.
A half PPR best ball. Oh, buddy, you're wearing 5 condoms.
You'll get 11 catch for 40 yard and a touchdown out of Wan'Dale occasionally.
Hey, and the fourth condom was fine for your pecker, but you had to add the 5th.
Yeah, dude, Wan'Dale Robinson is easily the most sexless pick of every round.
Dude, the craziest stat to this day is that he took 140 targets and averaged less than 5 yards per target last year.
How many yards did he have on the season on 140?
Less than 700. He had like 680 yards on 140 targets, man.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as what DJ Moore did with 140 targets.
He was less efficient through the air than like how many running backs running between the tackles.
I'm pretty sure Devon Achane was more efficient.
Yeah, literally. Here, let me see exactly what the number was. It was something ridiculous though.
Yeah, that's the thing that bugs me about the Flock League too. Is the thing that I got clowned on the whole week for was Devon Achane takes, and he actually was not nearly the biggest problem with my team.
Yeah. Also, 699 yards on 93 receptions and 140 targets. By the way,
that's crazy. And you guys don't think Daniel Jones is going to just absolutely pepper Josh Downs?
Hopefully he doesn't turn 93 into 699.
No, dude. If you give Josh Downs 140 targets, I would draft him in the 2nd round.
Dude, if you give him 140 targets, he's probably cracking 1,200 yards.
I would legitimately draft him ahead of like Rashid Rice.
We want to see if we can get the Greyhound.
We could do that.
Yeah, see if it'll load. I don't know if it necessarily will.
Yeah, we could try.
it takes like a while.
5
Okay, we got
people's not
waiting for
bad.
5. Maybe let it ride for the rest of this draft, and we'll check back in on it. If you guys want to join the Greyhound draft, it's a single entry $35 contest. We'll also be building out a pick 'em in the meantime too, so we can kill some time there. But if you guys want to join that next draft, it's waiting for 5, I believe. So if you want to hop in there, you can.
Perfect.
Then,
I meant to ask if you had already put out your Pick'em TikTok yet.
I have not. I don't know if I'm going to get a TikTok out, but we'll build it out here.
Okay.
I got a fucking mattress coming in that I have to set up and shit.
Also, Saber, every fucking analyst that you could imagine has already been telling people to draft Josh down. So we're probably on the laundry list of how many.
Bro,
I know
the entire
Mason made a
industry's
TikTok on
got
that.
2 hands gripped around it on Josh
Yeah,
Downs right
no,
now.
that's what I put out, like a little TikTok short reel yesterday, going like, here are the guys who've risen the most, and I just went CMC, Rice, they're healthy. Swift's rising, maybe because Dobbins and Chubb signed, I don't know.
That's
And
probably
then Downs is
why,
the biggest riser because everybody and their mom's screaming that he's the best pick ever.
He is the best pick ever.
Yeah.
No shot. I take Curtis Samuel over Elijah Moore, by the way.
Yeah. What?
I mean, I kind of want to just default to my go-to Elijah Moore, Terrence Ferguson right here.
Yeah, we do need a tight end and a receiver. I'm perfectly cool with that.
I would say, like, just go with the vet Schultz if you already have Tyler Warren.
Yeah, that's
I honestly, I think that Ferguson's going to start right away.
Hear me out.
They said they were going to take him in the first round.
Hear me out. Mason, Noah Gray, round 18 is an auto click for me as well.
It's not. I can't do it over Ferguson.
No, you can take Ferguson here. I'm basically saying, though, in a format that prioritizes upside, the guy that's behind a geriatric fucking Kelsey at this point is valued 4 rounds after Isaiah Likely.
I mean, you could look at it that way, or you could look at it like he's stuck behind a top 6 tight end from last year, even though he's a geriatric Kelsey. He was still a top 6 tight end last year.
Dude, that boy's body's wearing on
beautiful.
him.
We're gonna fill this Greyhound
Yeah, this
here.
is gonna fill. Do we want to try and squeeze the pick 'em right now?
Yeah, let's keep an eye on it, but we'll squeeze the pick him in here.
Okay.
Bush, if I told you that Noah Gray had 3 or 4 weeks of being the tight end one for the Chiefs because Kelsey missed a 3 or 4 week span, where would you be drafting Noah Gray?
I'd probably draft him in like the 13th, give or take.
So like that's like, do we expect Kelsey at this point in his career to play a full 17 healthy?
I mean, he kind of he takes care of himself. He like doesn't get hit and like he just falls to the ground and shit. Like, I don't know. He's kind of fine to me. Okay, let's get this entry going. Do I want to go back to the well for the 3rd straight time on Pascal Siakam's lower for fantasy points? Because the guy has like 7 steals a game now, apparently, and it's screwing me every single time.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick with the Kelsey thing,
57% chance of hitting according to Odds Jam. Like he's gonna not get 5 blocks and 3 steals every game, like he keeps doing.
If that's what the Jam's telling us, that's what the Jam's telling us, and I vote we go with it. Hey, to go back to the Kelsey thing, Kelsey since 2016 has never played fewer than 15 games.
Maybe this is the year.
Kelsey. I draft him. I think he's a fine pick.
I draft him as well, and with Noah Gray, we don't even know if the dude's good. Like,
but that's the thing. Hey,
we're pretty sure Isaiah Likely's good.
But that's the thing. Look at their production last year and tell me the difference.
Isaiah Likely and Noah Gray.
Yeah, look at the production. I'm not even lying. I'm not even just trying to make a pro Noah Gray agenda here. Look at their production. The exact same.
Kelsey had 24% of the team target share. Noah Gray had 8%.
Yeah. But just specifically in relation to Likely versus Gray,
Likely definitely had more than 8% of the targets for the Ravens. I would imagine.
Not just the targets. Inherently, we know that the Chiefs are going to throw the football more than the Ravens because the Ravens aren't going to pass 500 plus times.
Yeah. Anyways, let's try and let's get this entry built out here. Hopefully, my mattress doesn't get delivered here in a second. They said between 1 and 4.
Hey, also, you came to the right place for Travis Hunterglade. Why is he going so high when he will first of all, why is he most likely to play 50+% of the snaps? Second of all, sure, there might be a couple games where he plays a lower percentage of the offensive snaps. I'm willing to accept that. But in best ball, you're craving the spike weeks anyways. The question that I'll ask you is the thesis of even if Hunter doesn't play the full allotment of snaps every week on offense, Jameson Williams is being drafted in the 4th round to be a spike week guy anyways.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, they're both kind of bad picks. Where they're going, like, there's no way that Hunter should be going ahead of Devontae Smith, in my opinion, but he is.
I disagree.
Anyways, let's get back to this here. But George makes a good point in the chat. He's like, Tyrese is banged up right now, and that's why Siakam keeps banging out. But The other platforms have his fantasy points, his PRA combos and shit set to like 37.5. And his thing is set at 39.75. And he keeps hitting it. So it keeps going up.
Also,
so I think eventually he's going to miss. And that's my take here. The other ones that it likes here are the under PRA or lower PRA for Jalen Williams, which I don't know if I love that. I think he's probably going to have a big game.
So adding to that real quick, by the way, the last game that I made, all I needed left, because I hit on Jalen Williams, I hit on his points plus his PRA plus the Oklahoma City like to win, right? The last one I needed was Chet to record a double-double. He finished with 9 points and 11 rebounds. So you could imagine my feeling on that.
Okay. Danny could talk about his bad beats after we get this built here.
Sorry, we'll make this right now.
TJ McConnell higher 4.5 assists. It has a minus 140 on DK, but it's even money here.
Yeah.
So we want to take higher 4.5 assists. Does he handle the ball that much? That would be my only concern here.
Sorry, who?
Like, he doesn't get that many minutes. Like, that kind of sketches me out. I don't know why that has so much heat on it. Someone hurt? Is it because Halliburton's banged up that they're expecting McConnell to get increased minutes?
He was doing good when Halliburton was hurt in the last game, but their dumbass coach put Halliburton in for the end of the game, and they couldn't come back.
I don't know if I love that, man. It's the last game of the year. I like Halliburton's playing through whatever he's got to play through. Like,
go down. Let me just take a look at some of the what's Case on at?
I like Nembhard 15.5 points plus assists is moved up to 16.5 on FanDuel and DraftKings. So I also like that.
I like Case on points or the 3-pointer if you can get that.
Yeah, I mean, we could take the easy. We got a 50% profit boost, so we can take the 0.53 if you want. That seems like an easy one.
Let's do it.
You can hit.
You said Nembhard 14.5 points rebounds.
15.5 points and assists is it's already moved up to 16.5 on DK. It's minus 145 on FanDuel right now. So
plus that's more likely to me. It's like Halliburton's going to play minutes over McConnell even if he's hurt, but it's more likely he's just on the court and Nembhard maybe handles more of a role.
Yeah, still waiting for one on the Greyhound for whoever wants to join it. Chet's been really favorable to me. Obi Toppin lower than 1.5 made threes has got bare steam as well.
Obi Toppin?
Yeah, lower than 1.5 made threes. That seems like a pretty easy one to me. Yeah, he doesn't get enough minutes to be knocking 2 threes down, does he?
Yeah. Do we want to add one more and make it a flex?
We could.
Maybe one more OKC player.
Yeah, we could go.
I mean, you want to just take Shea's points in a closeout game, or what's the
no,
odds?
I don't think that is a very wise decision.
What's it at right now? 35, 33.5.
Lower is getting the steam for Shea right now. His points and rebounds has a bit of steam on the higher, but his made threes is 1.5, which is decent.
Okay.
I'd probably rather play it through Jalen Williams, to be honest.
Yeah, what's the Jalen Williams to have stuff?
It's lowers are steamed for Jalen Williams. 34.5 lower steam down on draft on DK. It's already down to 33.5.
I don't know how I feel about it.
His points plus rebounds is about even, give or take. We could go with that if we wanted to.
You know what?
Rebounds.
I'm down taking the lower on the PRA. The reason being, this is in Indianapolis, and usually we'll see. I don't want to call him a role player, but like he's the second or third best player on the team, as opposed to I have more confidence Shea hitting is higher than I do the second or third option on the road hitting.
Well, according to the market, you're wrong on that.
Really?
They think that it's going to be both of them hitting the lower potentially.
Well, I'd say that's not what I said. I said if I had more confidence on one hitting the higher or the other, I'd feel more confident on Shea hitting the higher, but we're taking the Jalen lower anyways.
Yeah, I mean, the lower points plus rebounds is even. Like lower and higher is the same amount of steam for Jalen Williams. And but Shea's stuff is like the steam is like he's going lower according to the market.
Okay.
Right now. So that's why I kind of like Jalen Williams to go higher than his points and rebounds. But
if for Shea, is it just strictly on his points or is it on his PRA?
His fantasy score is set way lower than what it has it set at. His points and rebounds is about even, just like what's his name's Jalen Williams. His rebounds and assists has got a bunch of steam on the lower. His points and assists has steam on the lower. So I would personally like to play this through Jalen Williams, higher
Also-
points and rebounds, but
Well, you like the higher. I thought you were saying the lower for him.
no, it's even, like it's dead grip. But I think that because Shea's stuff is all steamed lower for the most part, that
Gotcha.
it goes favorably to Jalen Williams.
Okay. We could do that. I'm cool with that.
That would be how I'd want to play it at least. Do we want to do, and we want to flex this obviously, right? We don't want to
Yeah, we'll flex it for
balls
sure.
to the wall this thing.
Yeah.
Let's play. You want to put a little bit more heat on this one because it's the last NBA game. We won't be doing these for a while. I think it'll be the last NBA game. Maybe it's not the last one.
Did you not get the extender?
No, for some reason we can't use it. I don't know why.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Hey,
But we got a 50% profit boost. So now we don't have a 90% or an 80% like you would probably do right now. But
if you want to go balls to the wall, let's throw 100 on it.
I mean, I don't
That's
want to go that
crazy.
balls to the wall.
50?
That's crazy.
50?
Let's
It's a
go
flex.
50.
That's why.
Let's go 50.
Okay.
Let's go 50.
I was just saying because it's a flex. Like if it was a straight up, I would agree. It's a flex. So
Yeah, let's go. We'll get a big
All
dog
right,
out of
just
it.
to
If it
make
hits.
sure, before we spend $50 on this, Siakam lower on fantasy points, higher on Kiss and Wallace for the 3-pointer,
Yep.
higher on points and assists for Nemhard, lower on the threes for Token, and then higher on J-Dub.
yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I mean, Siakam will fuck us again. Is the only thing I'm thinking. But
I'm pretty sure he's going to hit the higher on that.
the market is saying he's like way overvalued. So I'm going to keep riding with it because I'm
Hit
doing the
this
gambler
button.
meme thing
Well,
right now
well,
because
well,
I've been riding with it the whole time.
The thesis for the lower on him is Halliburton gives him so many layups, so many freaking easy buckets. If he's
Well, the reason
hampered
he's
at all-
hit because he's got 5 steals the last 2 games. 5 in each game. And there were 3 fantasy points.
do we want to take his PRA lower instead? Then what's that at as opposed to his
No,
fantasy
it's
points?
inflated because of the steals, though. Like, is a forward getting 5 steals a game sustainable? That can't be right. You know what I mean? Like, that's why if he doesn't run so hot on blocks and steals, he'll be fine.
All right, let's rip.
His PRAs have been lower than this. It's just the steals and the blocks that are carrying him.
Yeah, let's get it.
But yeah, I think is the Greyhound full?
Still one more.
11 out of 12. Fellas, we need one of you guys to join this so that we can get this in. It is a $35 to enter, 1 entry max Greyhound contest. We want to stream this because we can't do it's fast drafts only, so we can't like slow draft this thing or anything.
Yeah. Also, by the way, I saw Arthur mention this Bowers trade in the listener league. I loved your side there. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was Hawkinson a 1 and something for Bowers. To me, it's just Bowers is such an elite needle moving asset that I do like your side there. Let me see exactly what it was for reference. It ended up being it was Hawkinson plus a 2026 one and a 2027 one. But like I said, I'm cool paying that for Bowers.
Yeah, no, I think that's a fine price to pay for Bowers. But yeah, a couple people saying they already burned their Greyhound. That's chill, obviously. Saber said I'll be in Quebec in 20 minutes.
I physically can't do it. Appreciate
Yeah, I
it,
mean,
Dylan.
Dylan's got about 5 more years until he's allowed to draft on underdog. So
Hey, I don't know if y'all heard, but we actually got invited to Dylan's 4th grade graduation.
Really? Wow, congrats.
Yeah.
Damn,
Hey,
Dylan.
I got to bounce. I just wanted to come on and tell Danny, sell the damn cards and let's not spend $5,000 on it anymore, please.
No,
Danny,
it
don't
was-
sell those cards.
It was
like
it
baited
was-
by the pack luck of
it was-
Madden.
it was 2 to 2.5, not 5. Don't
Okay.
worry. I'm not that much.
When you sent me
I'm
the
a
screenshot
degenerate.
of you buying cards, I was like, oh, he probably spent $200 or something, some reasonable normal amount to spend.
Dude,
guys
some of
spending
the
rent
packs
on
are
cards?
crazy. Like some of the packs are legitimately like $600+. Like that's
And,
crazy.
and so when you say like, hey,
Yeah,
this
for a
card's
box.
worth this, how are you determining like, oh,
So-
the Sam Laporta's card's worth $2,000?
So I can either so I have an app where I can scan it and it'll show me the easiest comparables. And
Okay.
there's another app where you can physically search up the make of the card. And not to mention too, because it's a 1-of-1, there are no comps for it on the market. The best you can do is comp it to similar cards. So there's a 1-of-1 that Spicy was mentioning with the patch of Laporta that was going for over $600 right now, ungraded. So for me, it's like if I hold that for a little bit and potentially end up grading it, if it ends up getting a 10 or a 9 on that, that thing's going to be worth a ton.
How much does it cost to get graded?
So a card like that will probably cost me $50 to $75.
Yeah,
to grade.
$50, not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't wait till they come out with 15 more of the same card.
They
Well,
don't.
they
They don't.
don't.
They
That's
won't
why.
do
That's
that.
why it's
That's why
rare.
it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like-
so you're gonna need Laporta to just put together a Hall of Fame career then.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that could hurt that values card is Laporta coming out and like fucking killing somebody in a car wreck or something.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I mean,
maybe
hopefully he
worth
doesn't
more.
pull a Rugs and we're good.
Yeah.
But maybe he'd gain value. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Well, next time, just draft them at a big dog and call it a day.
I might have to get a
Get
couple
some
more
content value
dynasty
out of it.
shares just because of
Why don't you just sell these cards and just put it in your underdog account?
Also, Mason, I was showing Bushy, but I got him a gift for the setup. Signed Graham Barton here, rookie card. So thought, Tampa Bay player, got to give it to the Tampa Bay fan.
I hope once you give it to me, he just has like a Marshall Yonda caliber career after that.
Hey, then you get to
But anyways,
appreciate the value. It's
take
not
it
like you're
easy,
selling
Mason.
it. Take it easy, brother.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
See ya.
Okay. We gotta get one more person in this draft.
That would boost the value, low key. I'd be sad.
Yeah.
You got any Niners cards? Send them my way. Yeah, let me see if hey, if you want to make a trade, I got a Ricky Pearsall card here. Let me see if I can find him. I got a Ricky Pearsall rookie card somewhere in here. Let me see. Where is she? Probably in the other pile.
Yeah. I mean, if you're spending 2K on these cards, wouldn't it be easier to just move out?
Potentially.
That's my thought process. I'm like, that's like first and
It's in the
last,
other room.
bro.
It's in the other one. Yeah, no, don't even worry, Dylan. We can figure it out. Just pull up to the meetup and here, I'll give you one.
All right, this is true
Oh.
degeneracy right now. I'm fucking entering.
Hey,
this
Rich.
draft.
Hey, Rich.
Yeah, let's go into a regular BBMS.
No, I'm
I think.
entering this draft on our old account.
Oh, you're gonna draft multi-table.
Let's go.
This is so fucked.
Yeah,
Did you join it?
Mork, by the
Yeah.
way, this was the Greyhound. So unfortunately, it's a single entry, but we got the 101, so we'll take it.
There we go.
Please tell me we're not like drafting next to each other.
No, you're way.
Oh,
on the
this
other
is
end.
amazing.
Completely on the other side.
Oh,
12.
dude, this made Spicy's life easy too because he doesn't
Oh
have to
my
worry.
god.
Yeah. No, you just draft whoever you want there, Spicy. We'll
Okay.
take this
Fair.
one hole. This is our first one hole, I think. By the way.
You got school.
think-
Okay, I see. My cousin worked at a sports book, and 1 year he got me to uncut Broncos cards for. Yeah, that's fucking fire, bro.
Bro, what are Unk UT?
I mean, speaking of Broncos
Unk UT cards? What are Unk UT?
uncut.
Unk UT. Unk
Uncut.
UT. That's all I read that. Unk University of Texas?
Let me see if I can find one that you would appreciate.
Primetime KG says pick 5.
Hey, Arthur, this one's for you.
Oh, nice little Bo Nix.
Bo Nix rookie card.
Who do y'all like more, Bucky, Hampton, or Achan in Dynasty?
Chase.
We're going Chase. Yeah, we got to take the one-on-one when we get him.
Absolutely. Hampton for me.
I have Achan higher than those two guys.
Achan's in the tier for me. I do have Hampton actually. Let me see. Dynasty. I have Hampton at RB. Actually, no, I do. Okay. So I actually had Achan one spot higher, but they're in the same tier. I do have Achan one spot
Nick
higher.
Message just said he's riding with us
Let's go.
on the picks, the underdog picks.
Let's get it. In the group chat?
Yeah.
Yep. Let me take a peek.
We got to find a way to get unique around Chase here. I don't really want to do the classic McBride Harrison or Higgins McBride.
Chase Brown. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to a Chase Brown, but
It's just so lame.
yeah, you ain't lying.
The one hole is the most lame pick in the draft because you just decided what you're doing.
Yeah, it's
And
just
if you
like,
don't do it, I feel like you're kind of at a disadvantage to some degree.
hear me out. Not a bad idea for texture.
Yeah, I'm down to reach on somebody for sure. I want to do something unique.
Shout out Big T at pick 9. We got a couple of the G's in the chat or chat in here. Shout out.
25 rushing bonus and first down bonus. Any difference in Hampton or Achan there? I mean, the first down bonus probably favors Achan because he's a little bit more of like an efficiency type of back. But the rush, like if it's per carry, then I would maybe favor
If it's
Hampton in that situation.
If it's a pro carry, I think I lean Hampton.
I mean, you leaned Hampton before that, so
Well, I have actually HM one spot higher. They're back
you
to
do
back
have
in
them
my
higher?
rankings. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see exactly where they are. I have them.
reaching for Tyreek is my prediction. That sounds about right.
I've done that so many on my own drafts.
Yeah. I saw a draft where AJ Brown fell to 22 and a guy started with Chase. Yeah, I mean, so you got Chase 103 in addition to AJ Brown falling 22. That's insane.
That is one of the most unique combos that you will find.
Yeah, can we get like just someone do me a solid here and get like McConkey to fall to 24?
Yeah, McConkey, hear me out. So I'm not sure if you saw, but in our league, I made a trade down one spot, and then I obviously ended up trading Marvin Harrison Jr. as well. So the one spot trade down, I was between Hunter and McConkey, and I have no McConkey, so I was actually going to take a McConkey share. We got reached out to the 212 and say, hey, you want to swap one pick? I'll give you 6 picks in the 8th round. And because I have Hunter and McConkey literally back to back anyways, I made that deal. Ended up taking Hunter the pick after, and Marv specifically. So shout out Ralph if he's watching right now. We were talking about the Marv trade. I'm not sure if you saw the deal that ended up going down in the chat right before we streamed. We were talking about that since yesterday, and we finally were able to iron it out. So,
yeah,
real good.
Could I interest you in making a selection in our Dynasty startup, by the way?
Am I back on the clock?
You've been on the clock for like 4 hours, my man.
No. I picked Het.
Oh, wait. Is my thing not loading?
I picked Het.
Did you pick McMillan?
I had 2 picks, so I had 306.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You did pick that. I don't know why it just showed up for me after I refreshed.
No, you're chilling. 307's on the clock, Carbonator. I took Ted after I traded away Marvin Harrison. So the reason why I did that, right?
I would love if Irving falls here.
I'm cool with that. That would be pretty nice.
Okay. Come on. I'd be down to double tap Irving Jacobs if he falls, by the way, if we did that. Damn it. Okay. I'm down to, you want to reach for our vets? Tyreek and Adams? Someone said it in the chat. I kind of am down for that.
You want to do that? Tyreek and Adams?
Let's do it.
Let's fucking do it.
Let's get a little bit texture. I mean, I love how we get 101 and we're already like trying to get textural in a time box single entry contest.
Yeah, right. This is a single entry.
This is a single entry. What the fuck?
We're doing this not the BBM. We're like, dude, we got to get this unique combo. Everyone's going to have it's a single entry contest.
Hear me out, though. How different do those receivers profile from the ones that we should take?
I mean, I have them over the guys that are there. I have them over T. Higgins. I have them over Marvin Harrison. I have them over all those guys. Yeah, we're going Unks straight right here.
It was so funny. So on the stream the other night, we were talking about how mimosas at brunch we got to all link up for. I'm like, damn, I'm really in Unk status officially.
Yeah, mimosas is kind of ant status, but
hey, we'll take it. You go on the course. You get a brunch right before, right after, or whatever. If you have an early tea time, not bad.
Yeah, beers
9 in the morning.
Beers at breakfast is Unk status, and mimosas at breakfast is ant status.
I've experienced both. The thing I was saying on the stream though is like the go-to for me when I'm at home and I want to make a quick drink that I don't have to feel too guilty about. I'll make myself gin and tonics because you'll get a little bit bitter of the tonic water, but then you'll have the flavoring, of course, with the lime squeezed in there. So yeah.
We're talking cocktail tier list again.
We might have to, man.
Oh, speaking of drinking, by the way, too, Maria and I are talking about maybe doing a little impulse buy next week.
Yeah,
she's done her community wraps up. She does it in 12-week rounds. Yeah. And she did a 12-week round January to March and then took a week or two off, 12-week round April to now. And she's off for the whole summer. And she's like, we should go to Cuba for like 4 days or something. So next week or probably like next Wednesday or whatever, I might just like scoot to Cuba for a couple of days.
Hey, maybe I would have went to Cuba if I didn't spend the Cuba trip on some cards.
Yeah, literally, Danny could have went to Cuba for that. Got a couple of Madden packs for fucking
dude. My intrigue just opening because dude, full transparency, I opened them at the shop as well. I was just kind of like going through it, enjoying whatever. Obviously, like I knew the guy.
You definitely bent that guy's ear.
You should have made content out of that.
I should. Well, I recorded the one where I got the 2 best pulls anyway, so at least that's recorded and uploaded. But
yeah, you should have put that on your TikTok, dude. You kind of fucked up.
Yes.
Well, I have 7 minutes on my YouTube of me opening the box where I pulled Caleb and Laporta.
Yeah, but just
I mean, you should have
sat
down and thought about it. Like, how am I going to make content around this?
Have you seen the FaZe guys opening cards recently?
I haven't.
Dude, they are fucking making bank off of card openings right now, and they're Call of Duty YouTubers, or really? like IRL YouTubers, but they make a lot of money right now off of card openings. I'll
Might-
send you some of the stuff, but like
Yeah. Might have
it's
to
good stuff.
might have to think about it.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
We're encouraging Danny to buy more packs right now.
No, I am. Y'all don't get you and Mason don't get the vision, bro. Card collecting is great.
It's actually like Bush. I'm not
we're on
even
the
joking.
clock.
We're on the clock. Sorry.
I think it's so much bigger than you think it is.
Do we want to go?
Pickens.
I mean, okay, let's go with our. We did 2 guys of ours last time. Let's go with Pickens and Flowers, I guess, right?
Let's do it. I mean, yeah.
And then we should probably chill at wide receiver for a while.
That's a unique core, though.
It is a unique core, but we're going full nephew status with this build instead
So
of.
we're just gonna go 3 running backs in a row, 6 to 8, right? Before the fall off happens.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We'll double tap running back, hopefully, with the next pick if we can. Like if we get I mean, what are we looking at? Probably like a Swift Camara.
Yeah.
No,
so
not a
number
Swift
need Hubbard.
Camara. Like a Camara will be
Hubbard
gone.
too.
Like a Swift Pollard. Hopefully it falls to us.
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't mind it.
Like,
Like,
yeah. Henderson Connor would be nice if that fell.
Yeah.
Judkins will probably be there. That's one. That's good.
La Porta.
La Porta.
just because
Every time I hear Laporta's name, I think of the busboy episode of Seinfeld where Kramer leaves the door open and he goes, La Porta está abierta. Every single time.
Oh man. By the way, the way I titled it on YouTube, on my fucking personal YouTube, was literally just noob collector opens his first hobby box.
Why did you fucking chat GPT the title of this? It's like 700 characters long.
I copied a collector's title and changed it a little bit. I don't know how the algorithm on collecting like that video.
You know how the algorithm on YouTube works. Yeah. You're not supposed to have like a 200 character title.
That video had, first of all, I got a 91 score of it on the title on the when I put it in. Second of all,
this is like a shorts title.
Yeah. Second of all, that I got like 200K views with a similar title. So I said, fuck it, I may as well.
Yeah. Are we sure Swift will be the Bears RB1 all season long? We are not sure. We are definitely not sure about that. But if he is, I mean, the guy's been a top 24 running back every year of his career when he's been healthy. So it wouldn't shock me if people are like, remember that year in our listener redraft league, Danny, where nobody wanted Swift and I got him in like the 9th round. The first year he was on Philly and he ended up just being like a huge steal.
That was similar.
That I paid for him.
That was similar with like Aaron Jones that one year too. I think that was the same year, right?
That was last year. I got Aaron Jones like in the 8th round.
No, I'm saying I think the year before I got Aaron Jones similar range and you got Swift, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And then, but like I'm saying last year too, Aaron Jones fell quite a bit in our draft and I drafted him. And then I traded him plus Deontay Johnson and Chuba Hubbard. And that's how I got Malik Nabers.
Jesus. Also, to be fair, Brock, it isn't technically clickbait because after we make their pick, I'll show you. But I showed you the one of Laporta. That's a good hit. I'll show you the prize of everything else.
Okay. Also,
like I said, 2 cards paid for my entire opening.
I was about to say we might have to take Burrow here if he falls.
Yeah.
You want to go Connor and
Caleb?
I can't take Caleb Johnson over Swift.
I want Caleb with one of these picks. You can pick the other.
Ugh. Do I want to use the other one on Connor?
You can go Connor or Swift.
Give me Swift instead of Connor. I'll take Swift over Connor this year.
Okay.
That ass.
I don't mind that. Let's go.
I just think Caleb Johnson was the wrong pick there, but
you're entitled to your opinion. I think it was the right pick.
Yeah. Also, this guy's his thing is a sleeper screenshot.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we did almost get Burrow though. If Burrow would have fallen to us there, we would have had to pick him for sure.
Here, I can show this now real quick, but I showed the 101 Laporta. Obviously, that is value there. The other 2 I am waiting on from Patini. Signed autograph from Malik Monk of this collection here. That's going to be sent to me within the next 120 days. And this is the prized possession of them all. Rookie Caleb Williams card being sent to me. Quarterback 1 of the 2024 class, a.k.a. Caleb Williams. That's going to be sent to me. And yeah, I'm already a big Caleb Williams guy. That's a card I'm definitely going to be holding because if he does spike, potentially win a Super Bowl, who knows? That card.
Can't wait till he's the next Zach Wilson.
I mean, maybe, but I believe in him, so I'd be willing to hold that card.
Yeah. Dylan's asking what the content schedule is like for the next week. So tomorrow, tight ends to target and avoid for 2026 is coming out there. I already recorded it. It's ready to go for tomorrow. And then what was I gonna say? Sunday we were trying to plan like a duo video of sorts. If you guys have any dynasty video ideas, leave them in
Feel
the
free to
chat
leave
here.
some suggestions. We were kind of thinking about what we kind of wanted to do.
We want to do something macro related probably, but we're kind of brain locked at the moment. Aside from that, I mean, we might do like a dynasty stream of sorts because we have a couple team reviews in the queue, and maybe we do like another startup mock draft or something. But if I go to Cuba for a couple of days, we might have to figure something out. And Danny, you might need to find a guest or something to make a video with if I'm gone.
I can figure something out. What days would you be going?
Like Wednesday to Sunday, probably of next week.
Okay, I can figure.
So
it out.
maybe just grab Ron or something if you want to hop on a video with him or Notorious or something. Maybe see if they wanted to record something with you.
Let's do it. I'm down.
Yeah.
We can still draft too.
I can't wait till Ben Johnson can't save Caleb Williams. I think it's gonna be really funny when it happens.
Dude, for as high as you were on Caleb Williams last year, I
just have to counterbalance you.
Why though? You liked him last year. It feels forced. Like, just embrace the fact that Ben Johnson's going to create the next Mahomes.
Did get up on a pack opening while you're gone?
Yeah, bro. I might have to at this rate, bro. You know what? So my buddy also had a coupon. He had a code for 20% off of. If you've ever heard of Arena Club, Spicy might. I know Corey hasn't. Have you ever heard of Arena Club, Spicy?
Yeah.
Well, so basically, you can buy like crazy price, like just one slab card, Corey. Slab is like in the hard casing. You buy one card, it's randomized. It's like you can get the chase card, you can get the grail card, you can get a lineup card. But like they're insane. Like you can get crazy cards. $50, $100, $250, $500, and if you spend $1,000 too. Like,
she lost me on this one, by the way. That one's pure gambling.
It is.
Okay, we gotta make a pick here.
But yeah, we'll make our picks first.
Do you want to grab Kelsey? Like, I don't think there's anything really else on the board that I like.
I don't want Kelsey here. I like the tight end range next better.
Okay,
Higgins.
We can't take another receiver, can we?
Bo.
Okay, looks like we're getting Kelsey. We can't take another receiver. We have 5 like stud receivers already.
Tracy.
Yeah, let's go Tracy. Yeah, let's take Tracy here.
Yeah.
I don't mind Kelsey at this price, man. I honestly think he's a fine pick.
I do. That's fine though. I got the Caleb pick, and I picked Tracy there.
Have we ever won any best ball tournaments? We have not. I finished top. What did I finish? Top 20 or whatever in the gauntlet in playoff best ball. And then we made a team to the Danny made a team to the finals on his own, and then the three of us on Spicy's account made a team to the finals last year in BBM. But we have not ever won a tournament. No, unfortunately. Wish we could.
Also, the reason why I said this, Brock, by the way, is my buddy's got a 20% off code for the first time. So I was contemplating just trying it just because I got the discount on it.
True. Send 2 seconds for Tyreek and then sending Buka and a first for McBride. I mean, 2 seconds for Tyreek is free. I would definitely do that. And then
I think that's reasonable.
Igbuka and a first for McBride's probably about fair market value, I would say. You guys know me, I hate tight ends, but that's probably about fair.
So let's talk about it from an opportunity bundle standpoint. Igbuka, a first and 2 seconds for McBride and Hill. I think that gets you, especially for a contending team, a lot more point equity this year.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm cool with it. As long as you have the depth to be able to give up those picks.
Yeah. I feel like Caleb is getting a lot of attention. People are forgetting about Drake May, quarterback, dark horse. I mean, I have him ranked over Caleb Williams. He's a better pick than Caleb Williams, and no one can convince me otherwise.
The boy.
Yeah. Like, to me, as high as you are on Caleb, Danny, I still think you should have Drake May ranked higher.
What, in redraft?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Drake May is a better quarterback, objectively. Like, he was much better last year.
So I told you in my dynasty rankings, I ended up moving Drake back over Caleb because of that reason. But in terms of best ball, I think I'll still have Caleb higher because I don't have to like you said specifically in regards to dynasty versus best ball. Obviously, I'm willing to take on more risk. Obviously, I still have Caleb high in dynasty. I love him anyways.
You have Drake over Burrow then too?
Yeah, I moved him quarterback 5.
My God. Yeah, I just point that out because Dylan mentioned it in the chat. That you have Caleb over Burrow and which is faded. Which
you guys can think it's faded all you want. That's fine. That's fine. May depends on Diggs. I mean, like he was a top 12 quarterback in points per game last year without Diggs or without really any semblance of life on that offense. So I don't know. I love both, so you won't hear me complaining.
Yeah. What was I going to look at? Oh yeah, Nick said he won the puppy the same year that Mason won all of his money. Been chasing it ever since. Yeah. Where did Brock said? Brock said something about the odds of reaching week 17 are super low, so that's impressive as hell. Yeah, like reaching week 17 is based mathematically. You're going to reach week 17 about every 4 years if you max enter the contest every year. Like that's how unlikely it is to make it to week 17 in Best Ball Mania, just because of how big of a contest it is. It pays for your entire entries, basically.
Do we want to go Ramondre Tootin here? You want to just double tap, or do you want to take?
I want to take Ramondre.
You want to take Warren? We can go Warren and Tootin, and then we can have some mini week 17 correlation in there. I mean, Warren's got to be one of these, right?
I'm fine with Tootin and Warren here.
Okay,
and then we're done at tight end then too. I think we're probably good with those two guys, right? We don't need another tight end.
Tight end can make your flex in this format. The only thing, of course, is you're not getting like a premium like you would in like a dynasty league, for example. But if Tyler Warren catches two touchdowns the same week that Kelsey does, both theoretically would make your lineup there in most circumstances. Also, dude, in this time period, so specifically with us, the way we usually do it is we'll split because we're going to max enter BBM, our 50 early on, our 50 in the mid cycle, and our 50 in August. And in the
I don't do it 50, 50, 50. I do 50, 40, and then like 60 or whatever. Or I did 40. I did 40 in May or June or whatever when I was in Buffalo. And then I'll probably do 40 or 50 again in like July at some point. And then I like doing 60 or 70 in August because they have more information.
Regardless, though, we'll segment them relatively evenly, even if, like you said, there's a little bit of a difference. In the first cycle, though, the first set of slows, whether it's 40, whether it's 50, I take aggressive stances because I know the market is not going to be finalized. The ADP texture is not going to be finalized. I want to get my exposures in early. So if there's a guy that I think is going to raise an ADP, I would rather take him then. And then if he hypothetically stays at or falls in ADP, I'll just end up evening out my exposures later on. I would rather take my stances early and then kind of play the market a little bit more when it's sharper come August.
Yeah, it doesn't always work out. Like last year, I think I ran really hot with that. Like 2 years ago, I remember I did not run hot with that. But last year, the two guys that I drafted very aggressively that ended up raising in price were Saquon Barkley and J.K. Dobbins. I was like hammering them in drafts in May and June or whatever. Well, like, dude,
Barkley was a 2-3 turn pick
at the time. I'm like, you guys are nuts. Like, actually nuts. If you think Saquon Barkley is a 2-3 turn pick. And then he ended up being closer to like a mid second by the end of the summer. And Dobbins was an 18th round pick. And then he was like a 12th rounder by the end of the summer.
Yeah, no, it's pretty nuts. And 12th round was still too cheap because he ended up being a top 20,
top 18 running back in points per game. He outscored fucking Jonathan Taylor for the first 11 games of the year.
Bush, you love London, but you're taking this every single time.
Yeah, an early first, yeah, for sure, I would take that.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I mean, Dylan, I don't know if 18 is the legal age to get you drinks in yeah,
you can come to Quebec and we can get you drinks there.
Hey, if you want to come to Quebec, we'll get you drinks there. Absolutely. Shout out to
also
Quebec.
Like, aside from the whole Canada versus US, which country is better, like the fact that we can go at 18 years old and get legal drinks is pretty crazy. Dude, I think that's pretty insane.
I'll still remember my Quebec trip in grade 12 when I was 18, and I went crazy. I went crazy. I can imagine. Come draft some best ball teams in Quebec with me. Yes, sir. I mean, fuck, we might have to, man. Fiending. With that being said, in the next couple of weeks too, I definitely will take another cross to Amherst to get a nice little soup and sandwich.
Yeah. What do we want here?
Ferguson.
No, we can't take another tight end.
I don't think so.
We go
Quarterback.
QJ.
Oh, Trevor Lawrence.
Oh yeah, we can take Lawrence.
Yeah, we definitely do that.
I'm cool. I mean, Mason, like I actually don't mind QJ. I would much rather take QJ than Trey Harris.
Okay, we could do that. I was just thinking because we're strong at receiver, but if you want to do that, I'm cool.
Yeah, I mean, we're strong at receiver, but we like faded it for a long time there. Like we're not spending high capital at this point.
Yeah,
maybe I'm nuts, legitimately, but I think I'd rather have QJ straight up over Trey Harris for redraft this year. Not even just like.
Also, Alex, do you collect King Alex cards? I'm curious.
Oh God, Danny's a card collector now.
What
are your thoughts on that? Trey Harris versus QJ in a vacuum. They have the same ADP. Who are you taking?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, I think it's close enough to the point where because QJ's as much cheaper as he is, you're just going to take QJ the majority of the time because you're just going to play the value game there, opportunity bundles. Would I rather have a 9th round Trey Harris plus a 13th round running back, receiver, tight end? Or would I rather have a 13th round QJ plus whatever that opens up in the 9th? I think that's the discussion. Now, if they had the same ADP, I don't even know what my answer would be. I think because the ADP is the way it is now, it's kind of skewing to the fact that I love clicking QJ a lot more. But if they were the same bet on the clock, I think it would still be Harris by a hair, but
I think, well, like, let's pretend Harris was going in the 13th round right now. Would you be taking a lot of Harris at that point?
Yeah,
or would
I think at that point, 2nd round rookie, you take the upside there. I just think it's a better process play, but I don't have like a ton of confidence.
Crazy, man, but I would consider what QJ did as a 2nd-year player to be a very good season for Trey Harris as a rookie.
Okay,
I don't think he's ready to play right away, man. I'd be shocked if he has like a monster year.
Which is reasonable. So, by the way, Alex, I see you. So I showed this early on the stream to everybody in here, but I know you'll appreciate this. You got a nice little 1-of-1 Sam Laporta right here. 1-of-1.
I should just put on the thumbnail Danny just going like this to the camera on this stream because that's all he's done most of the stream.
Yeah, and also pulled the Caleb Williams rookie from the 2023 Panini Select.
Yeah, I pulled this Texas Instruments financial calculator here.
Also, I'm surprised you didn't make a comment about the CD Lamb screensaver.
I'm actually just surprised he's wearing clothes, to be honest.
Might have to change that.
Yeah.
Jeez, come on. Boo.
We don't care. So, I mean, Danny, I got to be honest with you. In your life, you are the definition of a nobody asked. Like you overshare all the time. So I imagine you've heard the dude, we don't care probably 300 times in your life.
You're not wrong. Also appreciate you, Alex. Yeah, Cowboys fan, card collector. I mean, the whole combo. Absolutely, bro. I actually just started my collection because of a couple of Corey's friends. So shout out Corey's friends.
Yo, is that your burner?
Might be, bro. It might be. Shout out Alex.
King Alex cards, 100% Danny's burner. If we go any longer on the stream, Danny's going to be whipping out youth football picks.
Appreciate that. Some people care. Thoughts on my team 9. So we'll make the pick and we'll take a look at what Big T's doing at 9 in a second. But let's make our pick first. See, I've been taking a lot of Pat Bryant in this range. I just feel like he's going to be a big time ADP riser based off
any
of the
QBs
left.
Other than my first begotten son,
your bum fiddle.
Yeah,
we could go with A-Rod.
I mean, we could go not yet. Probably next pick.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to make a pick here.
Is Stafford gone too?
Yeah, I'm cool with. You want to go? I cool with Braylon, I guess, or
Rico.
Dowdle maybe. Like I just don't care. These guys all stink. This team kind of sucks, if I'm being honest.
Hey, cue it though. You might just get hit with the Rico.
You might just get hit with the Rico.
Remember the clip I made for the Flock League when he scored like 1 touchdown?
Yeah, the only good thing he did all year. Yeah, we could go Braylon with this next pick. I'm just so checked out of this team. This team sucks. Caleb Johnson RB1 makes me want to like. I want to take $25 out of my wallet and light it on fire because Caleb Johnson as our RB1 is the same.
You sound like a straight hater, bro. Also, am I gonna have to start calling Caleb Williams Nakey Cakey? Man, that's like a comedy. Okay, so let's take a look. 9 and 5 are looking for our thoughts. Smile and nod went. Yeah, no, I yap. Damn.
I will say, whoever said I was like the best troll or whatever, Rylan said that in the chat. Flet's better than I am for sure at this. You should see. Okay,
so let's take a look. Nabers, H and Kyron. Obviously,
who are we looking at? 9?
You get the Travis Hunter. Yeah, 9. Here, just click on the team itself.
You can't because then it
click on Tej. What do you mean? If you click? Oh, you're right.
So I click this right, and as soon as the next pick happens, it's gonna default.
Okay, so let's quickly take a look.
He's got Nakey Drakey and Nakey Bakey on his team.
Fuck it, I see the vision. Yeah, I mean, overall, just looking at the team here, obviously it's strong 2 quarterbacks. I think he built the running back room right. Apologies there. It keeps going. Proper investment. Yeah, like I think overall in terms of the investment and the structure, you structure the team well, and you have some
I like
players
your
that were
team
both high on.
significantly
So.
better than ours. Let's just put it that way.
Not wrong. And number 5 was looking too.
Hold on, I'm on the clock.
Oh, right. I forgot. You're also in this. Wait, it's my pick in the startup now?
Are you on the clock in the startup?
Yeah, Devon Achane just went off the board.
Damn it. That's who I was hoping would fall to me at 3-8.
Oh, I have 3-8.
Or 3-9, sorry.
Oh, you're getting sniped beyond belief if he fell to me.
Yeah, I was going to take him if he was there.
Hey, he wasn't going to be there.
I know the guy. I know the guy you're about to take, and I'm glad because I want to take somebody different anyways. So,
who do you think I'm going to be taking here?
You're going to take Rashee Rice.
I'm actually going to try to trade down. In all honesty,
I thought you got to take Rashee Rice.
I'll pick on the block streaming.
Oh no! Here comes another 4-hour wait.
BBMS will pick after the stream.
What's the term you've been using in the chat?
Oh, wait. What would I say? We're on the cusp of something special.
Yeah, every time Danny's on the clock, he goes, I'm on the cusp of something special here 4 hours later, and he still hasn't traded.
To be fair, I was on the cusp of something special. It was a Jayden Daniels, Brock Bowers trade.
Yeah.
That's pretty special.
Are we taking DJ here?
Is Roger still on the board, or did he go?
I think he won.
Oh.
Yeah,
you want to just take DJ and Darnold?
Yeah, I think we got to take Darnold, or else we're just looking at QBs who aren't going to start.
Yeah, you ain't lying, Brady. I think where it all went. I don't know. Where did it all go downhill?
It all went south when you selected Caleb Johnson, in my opinion.
I completely disagree. I think it would all went south when you took Travis Kelce.
I mean, we were running out of time, and there was no one good on the board. So, I mean, we're going to take Jaden Higgins or something. Like, that's where our team didn't go south.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, we probably shouldn't have started with 5 straight receivers.
No, we probably should have taken a running back with the Tyreek Adams selection. We should have taken one running back there.
Here we go.
Took a nap before his pick. Dude, Danny is definitely. I remember when you were tracking the Derby, you did like the first 5 picks and then just like AFK'd for like 3 hours when people were making their Derby selections. And I'm like, I guarantee Danny's gonna
what? What time was it?
Danny's gonna come back at like 12:59 a.m. and be like, sorry, bro, I passed out.
Yeah, no bullshit. I've been falling asleep relatively early. Getting the schnoozes in.
Show the startup, Flet's saying as well.
Hey, Flet, it would be one thing if I was chewing. It would be one thing if I was chewing clock and then just making a pick anyways. I've traded nearly every single one of my picks I've had so far. So I'm doing it with purpose.
Like, this guy's a value squeezer, man. Just take a guy that you like.
Hey, dude, I'll never complain about a little squeezing.
Ralph, yeah, that's a good point. He did come back after I'd been tracking it the whole time. He came back like 2 hours later and updated it.
You trade like 40% of the time, I would say. Bro, what? Every single pick I've made, I've traded so far. There's not been a single pick that was my own that I've made so far.
I mean, relative to the whole draft, you probably trade 40% of the time.
Oh, relative to the whole draft, yeah. No, that's probably about a good mark for that.
Oh, trading is goated in startups, but I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I just won't. Like, if I have a tier break on the board, I'm just not going to trade. And I'm like, I had Nabers on the board for me in my first pick, and I'm like, I'm just taking him. And then I had Puka on the board for me at 2-4, and I had no shares, and he's like a tier break for me at receiver. I'm like, I'm just going to take Puka.
Well, you got to think too, where I was picking in the draft, it wasn't that clear tier break. So obviously your decision is going to be a lot easier in your stance because if Nico had fallen to me, I wouldn't have traded out of 211. Because he went, I'm like, okay, I can trade back a spot here, get 6 later, and still get Travis Hunter 212, who I picked immediately, by the way. I didn't rinse the clock on that at all. I gave him 5 minutes. He's squeezing to move down to a guy I know he likes better. Hey, The only reason why I needed what I did to trade Marvin Harrison Jr. because I quite literally have only one share across my portfolio in 15 or 16 leagues. So I actually did really want a Marvin Harrison Jr. share, but I mean, I'm never going to turn down value.
Yeah. I mean, so thirds are not useless in totality, but in a Devi league, they're kind of useless.
In a Debbie league. No, it was funny because on our deal, it was the depleted rookie 2 that's probably going to be mid to late because Jared's got a competing team right now.
Okay, we're on
Versus
the clock here.
okay, Rick.
Okay, what do we got here?
What do we have? Tight end here?
We
We
can't
already
take
have Kelsey and Warren.
Okay, cool with whatever.
get Keaton.
Maybe.
maybe.
Sure. Yeah, Keaton. Yeah.
That was disgusting.
I mean, that team was awful, to be honest. So
It's unique.
this team fucking stinks.
It's unique, bro.
This is sometimes you gotta flush a Garbo team.
Trust the process, bro. It's unique. Please tell me there's 3 wide receiver starting spots in the Greyhound. Otherwise, I'm going to be pretty.
This is a 6
nervous.
wide receiver team.
Please tell me.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoo! If
This
it was
is
a 2 wide receiver start, we would actually be especially fucked. But because it's 3, we have a little bit more saving
A
grace.
3-7-6-2 is paint sniffing bad.
We have 4 wide receivers that are going to probably make the lineup every week.
5.
What?
We took Flowers, Pickens.
No, I know
Yeah.
4 of them
Hill,
are going to
Adam,
work into
Van
the lineup.
Case.
But I mean, 4 of
I
them are
see
probably
what
going to
you
work
mean.
into
Yeah,
the
because
lineup
4
every
can
week
make the
anyway.
lineup
Yeah.
every week.
You guys helped me out.
Yeah.
Free entry for me.
Yeah, this
Hey,
is a
there you
great team that you built out here.
I don't know. Maybe I'm faded. I like the team more than you do.
I think it stinks.
Okay, then that's your call.
BBM.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do one more.
Absolutely.
The mattress people said they were coming from 1 to 4. So at any point during this
That always
draft, I
means
may just
4.
have to cut out of here.
Do you think 21?
But that was just an
102.
instantaneous join. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we flushed. Sorry, I said $25. Yeah, that was $35 draft down the drain. We might as well have just rinsed it on fire.
Oh no, I saw Rylan in here. Rylan, you want this pick? You want 308?
I can't wait to get a DM from Danny 6 hours from now. Bro, you want this pick? Even though I pick next.
T and the 203 for London. I mean, this is more fair than the 2027 early first, but I don't know. I would kind of need to know, is this a start 8 to 10? Because if it's start 8 to 10, I'd probably just take London. If it's a start 11, 12 plus, then it starts getting a little bit more interesting. I don't know. What are your thoughts here?
I would rather have London personally.
But like if it's like a start 12, would that change your thought?
No, I'd
Okay.
rather have London.
Okay.
I think he's a first, at least a first for second swap better than T, if not a whole first round pick better than T.
You're not wrong, by the way, Jared.
You want to go? You want to go Bijan here,
Let's go
maybe, or
Bijan.
Lamb? I'm cool with either one of those.
Bijan or Lamb,
Or we could just take Barkley. I don't take Barkley very often.
Spicy. You have the final call here.
Let's take
think we
Barkley.
have Barkley
I
at all.
don't get Barkley very often.
Okay.
Also, before our next pick, I'm going to just quickly show the startup since a couple
Hey.
people are asking about it.
Saber, the community has
shit,
startups
the queue is
ripping in the
showing.
Discord so often. So that's the best case for you.
You guys are objectively the best. Okay.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate
brother.
that. I don't think it's objective, but okay.
And-
So in the startup so far, you can see the lad's been wheeling and dealing. Look at the pick differences that he has here. But yeah, Bowers, Hunter, and Tet McMillan. It is a 2x tight end premium, which is why Danny selected Bowers with a really early pick. And we hate tight ends in this household, so I can't stand that move, but I get it.
The rationale, Debbie League, it's going to be harder to fill the tight end spot. 2.0 tight end premium. Bowers averaged, I think, 22.7 points per game last year. And if he has like a Travis Kelce breakout year at some point, you're looking at even like a 27 plus.
Oh, he better have a Travis Kelce breakout, or else this pick is terrible.
Well, that's the thing. If he does, that's a 20. For reference, Bowers in this format would have been the RB2 and wide receiver 2 in points per game last year, by the way.
You
As
know
a
who
rookie.
else would have been the RB2 and wide receiver 2? Jamar Chase and Bijan Robinson, who you passed on.
No, I get that, but I'm getting that at tight end. You guys are taking that at running back and receiver spots.
I don't subscribe to this idea that you need to take tight ends high because
but-
no
but-
one's good.
A 2.0 premium matters a whole lot more than you're making it out, Corey.
It
Because
does.
like I said,
It does.
as a rookie at 22 years old
Of
right now,
course.
by the way,
And
he
this-
would have been RB2 or wide receiver 2.
Bowers is uniquely elite, obviously, but it benefits your team so much more to get an elite tight end in the 10th round and hit on a breakout candidate than it does to take a guy like Bowers at 6 overall, in my opinion.
Sure, to a degree.
If I get a 17, 18 point per game producer in round 10, I am just smoking the field relative. The 2v2 of Nabers and breakout tight end X versus Bowers and, Darnell Mooney. Like, who are you going to get where I'm picking a tight end?
You're also acting like I can't also take tight ends.
No, you can, of course.
Is this Debbie?
Yeah, this is Debbie. So I just started.
How does this work? Like, do y'all pick Debbie picks within this draft?
No. So you can trade Debbie picks within the startup, but it is a 6-round Debbie startup after the dynasty draft is over. And we did a derby. Essentially, that's a 2-round derby. So in a regular 100-yard rush or whatever, you do it derby style. Whoever came in first would be like, oh, I want the startup 106 or whatever. But in a Debbie derby, we did it non-third round reversal so that you had to decide really between, are you taking a high Debbie pick or are you taking a high dynasty pick? Because in a non-third round reversal, you're obviously getting the advantage of the top end quarterbacks and stuff. So it ended up working out to like a kind of an interesting thing. I ended up taking the Debbie 103, which is why I got stuck with the dynasty 109 here. But I like
so you
the
got the opposite of what you picked.
You don't get the opposite. It's the draft snakes back to you, and then you'd have another choice at that point with whatever's left over in the dynasty side of things.
Also, by the way, Jared, if you're watching this, please make sure to update the picks for me in the Debbie portion, because part of the deal that I made when I traded down was upgrading a couple Debbie picks. Ralph is in here.
Chill with the Mooney disrespect. Get ready to learn Ryan Williams. Yeah, I mean, my thought process on my Debbie 103 is obvious. Oh, we're on the clock. Sorry.
Jacobs?
Yeah, I'd rather take Higgins here because we already took Barkley.
Sure.
If Jacobs falls, I'm cool with it.
Okay.
I just want to grab a receiver. I don't want to fall behind too much.
That's reasonable.
But yeah, Jacobs. Do we want to go in any other direction other than Jacobs here?
I think Jacobs if he falls, or Chase Brown for me, but I know you don't like Chase Brown as much as I do, so Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, let's roll with Jacobs there. And then the thing I was going to say about the 103 in the Debbie draft is obviously universally Jeremiah's going 101.
I mean that's actually a question for you. Would you take Ryan Williams or Arch Manning?
Well, there's a third option in my opinion. I would take Jeremiah Love potentially as well, depending. So it's going to depend on what happens during the startup. Like if I walk out of the startup, so far I'm maintaining my flexibility. I have Nabers and Nakua. I could go in either direction at the moment. I could be a rebuilder or a contender. If I go into the startup, like let's say a 1-year punt or something, maybe a Jeremiah Love would make sense for me because then I'm getting the best running back presumably in next year's class to help add to my team. And if it's a 1-year punt, he's going to really help me out there. But if I come out of the draft and I feel like I missed the value on wide receiver, then probably go Ryan Williams in that situation. And maybe if I miss out on quarterbacks, I go Arch Manning or Lagway or, Garrett Nussmeier or something like that. It's really going to depend also who goes 102 as well.
Yeah. By the way,
who's like the consensus 102, do you think?
Consensus 102 and what? Sorry.
In a Debbie startup, who do you think would be most likely to go 102 behind Jeremiah Smith?
Ryan Williams.
You think?
Yeah.
I think Ryland's a Texas fan, though, isn't he? Ryland, if you're in the chat right now, are you going to let me know if you're going to take Arch Manning? I'm just curious.
It would be Arch or Ryan Williams. You're getting one of them.
Yeah, it'll probably be Ryan Williams or Jeremiah Love is what I'm looking at, I would imagine.
Also, Jared. So I sent it above. I sent a picture. The Debbie picks that were swapped were I gave Ralph the startup Debbie 403 and 603, and I upgraded my picks to the 208 and the 508 in the startup, in addition to the deal that we made on the Sleeper app. So if you're curious what picks you kind of have to rearrange, I sent a screenshot in the chat.
Yeah, no, I'm very high on Jeremiah Love. A couple people talking about it in the chat. I think Jeremiah Love is very, very much. Yep. If it's not a quarterback who's 101 in next year's rookie class, it'll be Jeremiah Love.
Also, I see Saber asking. So for all of our Flock members, again, promo code FSE over on Flock Fantasy. A part of that is also an invite to our Discord, which is all Flock members. Again, whether you're Domain, whether you're Mason, whether you're the land guys, of course, our guys as well. There's just a conglomerate Discord of every single code user. But of course, we would prefer if you can use code FSE.
Yeah, and on this Flock site, I think you mentioned this. There's a little Discord button on the top right corner that you can join the Discord with. Also, yeah, I'm building the quarterback prospect model right now. I haven't admittedly made like a ton of headway on it. It's also going to take me it's not going to take me longer than the wide receiver and the running back ones because there's so many less drafted quarterbacks every year than wide receivers and running backs. And I'm going back to the same time period I always do, which is 2016. The problem is we kind of know what the good metrics are for wide receiver and running backs. And I'm trying to like break a little bit of ground here and find some stuff that maybe not many people are using for quarterback because it's hard, man. Like nobody knows what's good metrics to use for quarterbacks. Like, yeah, yards per game and rushing yards, this and draft capital. But like the advanced metrics, like does EPA correlate? I have no idea until I collect all the EPA for every quarterback in the class or since 2016 and see if it's actually correlated. So going to be a lot of trial and error there.
We could take both our guys here, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm cool with any one of the top 3 receivers there.
Yeah.
My choice would be Smith and Hunter, but I also like Metcalf quite a bit. So
how about Hunter first, because then we're guaranteed Metcalf, or we're more likely to get Metcalf or Hunter or Smith falling back, and you're cool with either of those. And Hunter, if he had went, like he was obviously one of them. So
yeah, is Joey Jet's gonna go Unk on us?
We're guaranteed one of them, so we're chilling.
Okay, yeah, let's go Smitty because we have Barkley as well.
Yeah, I dig that. I guess theoretically we could have also went with the Hurts and Smith, which would have made sense, but I'm cool with waiting on quarterback.
So big time throw rate is in it that I'm going to collect. Turnover worthy play rate is in it that I'm going to collect. I didn't think to maybe compare the two, like a touchdown interception ratio kind of stat is what I'm assuming you're talking about. What is one stat that I am going to put in here is I'm just going to call it negative plays per dropback. So sacks, fumbles, interceptions, I'm going to combine them because I've never seen anybody talk about this. Just negative plays per dropback is what I'm going to collect. How many sacks did you take in your career? How many interceptions did you throw in your career? How many fumbles did you have in your career? And I'm going to just take that out of their total dropbacks and see if that correlates as well. So I'm like literally making shit up in addition to like using stats that are already known.
Sorry, I see this question. What is y'all's opinion on T-Mac versus Travis and startups? Why is T-Mac winning? What round 2 running backs are you seeing Ted McMillan go after?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you're talking about Henderson and Judkins.
Yeah, which I haven't in the drafts I've been a part of. I actually haven't seen either of those running backs.
I have literally seen Hunter, Hampton, and McMillan go almost exactly
102, 103, 104
every single draft I've been in.
Yeah, and again, maybe part of it is because our community obviously watches us, so they're more willing to do that. Like
even like BGE leagues that I'm in still and stuff, they've all been Hunter, Hampton, McMillan in that exact order. I've never seen any of them fall to 105, and the only thing I've seen flip flop is I've seen Hampton go 102.
Yeah, that's the only
not
other
many
thing.
times, which I thought it was going to happen every draft, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Speaking of that, by the way, I took both Hunter and Ted McMillan as my wide receiver 1 and 2 in the startup that we are in right now.
Yeah. And Brock, this is assuming it works. Like there's no guarantee that it actually predicts anything. That's the thing I'm scared of, that I could collect all this shit and be like, none of this stuff is predictive.
Also, how the fuck did this happen? I am very curious. But Bailey,
I guess he did go 105. And I'm in the league, so I better check.
You're in get faded?
Yeah.
Oh, got you.
What happened here? Am I a sand eater? I think get faded. Did I
maybe Cam Ward maybe went and then
Cam Ward must have went ahead of him. Okay. I didn't have any high picks in this league because I'm a contender. Genty, Hunter, McMillan, Cam Ward. Yeah. Hampton went 105.
Also, please tell me you're the one who selected him there, J Metal. Knowing you definitely were the one, because you would have offered probably a 106 with a value.
I actually remember this now, Bailey, because I picked Henderson 106 in this league. And I remember trying to trade up because I saw Hampton falling. I remember this. And the guy told me, like, there's no way I'm passing on Hampton here. I remember, like, I was like, you want to swap picks? It's just one spot. He's like, dude, Hampton should have went 102 or 103. And I'm like, fuck.
Oh, fuck. This guy knows ubious amounts of ball.
Yeah.
I tried trading up so many times. Nobody would trade with me. I sadly had no picks till 209. Yeah, that is always the pain. With that being said, we're about to be on the clock. We were just talking about Henderson and Judkins. We could take one of them here plus whatever receiver you like.
Yeah. I mean, my preference is Judkins of the two of them. But I'm cool with whatever.
Yeah. I mean, my preference would be Hendo, but I'll let Spicy be the decider between that.
Yeah, maybe go Hendo because of bye week bros with Judkins and Barkley having the same bye. Use it as a tiebreaker and Smith.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Regardless, though, those are two guys I'm smashing every single time on the 6-7. Like it's free.
I want to get an upside receiver here. I think one of the Packers probably would make sense. One of the two Packers receivers.
You're speaking my mind right now. I was literally going to suggest either the Packers or either the Packers, probably the two best.
Reed is my preference of the two of them. If
cool
you want to go Golden, I'm fine with it.
I took Henderson over Judkins, so we can go Reed over Golden here.
Okay. Yeah, my thought process on Reed is like, yeah, okay. People are really hung up on the like whole he's a slot receiver. He's only going to run 70, 80% of the routes or whatever. He's still like paying off at ADP every time, like the last 2 years that we've drafted this guy. So I feel pretty good getting him in the spike weeks that he comes with, even if he's only a 70 to 80% guy. And I've talked about this before. The whole this is good for Amon-Ra St. Brown thing kind of applies to Jaden Reed, the meme from years ago when they drafted Jameson Williams, which is, yeah, Golden's going to stretch the field. So it's kind of good for Jaden Reed. So I kind of like that playing itself out.
Yeah, no, I think that's reasonable. Yeah. Sorry. I was thinking of a thing I was going to pull out, and I remember now. It was the Bindles tweet. Shout out Bindles, by the way. I mentioned this before, but Bindles was getting a lot of backlash for this, which I actually kind of agree with him on for the most part. But he tweeted this out, and the people were not fucking happy with him at all.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's true. It's like the community is like, oh yeah, Jameson Williams round 4, absolutely, you got to take him there. Like, look at the upside, and it's like Jaden Reed round 7. He was kind of shit last year and like volatile and like, you know what I mean?
Where they went and where they finished is really important. Like Chris Olave having the exact season that Chris Olave had as a 6th round pick last year would not be nearly as hated on as he was a 2nd round pick last year.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like Jalen Waddle, same thing. I mean, Jalen Waddle was bad, like an unstartable. But if he was a 7th round pick last year, we might still be drafting him decently high.
Well, I mean, look at McCaffrey, for example. If he was the 8th overall pick last year as opposed to a top 2 overall pick, like people would be more willing to select him in the top 8. Tyreek as well. Like those guys, it's like realistically, when you objectively look at their profiles and say, okay, well, not the years that we expected. McCaffrey obviously hurt. Tyreek hurt, plus not really playing well down the stretch. It's like, yeah, those are bad years. But guess what? The year before, they were quite literally difference-making, league-winning players. And I understand, like, there is risk level inherently. The moment a running back or a wide receiver shows any type of slip in terms of their efficiency, like, they tend to not bounce back in most cases. But when we're talking about first ballot Hall of Famers, that's where I'm more willing to accept it in terms of the risk.
Yeah, no, I agree on those two guys. Also, this is like this email that we got. Here's a tip for those of you guys that reach out to creators or people that you want to sell something.
Don't make it sound spammy.
It's not even that. Don't make it sound like they're doing something wrong currently. Like when people go, "You've built a loyal following, but you're not monetizing enough." It's like, how do you know?
Also, what? I just took in
I just thought that
from
was
somebody
weird.
it's from somebody who works at Owner's Box.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that part.
Oh, sorry, but like I just noticed
Danny.
that.
Danny just puts him out on blast.
No, but
we're about to be able to.
Sorry, I'm just confused.
Yeah. Anyways,
it's like a growth strategy. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud. I just read it.
You gotta make a pick.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. My bad.
You gotta make a pick. I never take Cooper Kupp. Hear me out. He's actually not bad for this team.
Sure.
I've never selected him in my life.
I'm not going to get sued. I didn't say anything. We didn't even say what the email said.
No, I did kind of. I made reference to it.
Oh, it's a good growth strategy. That's all we said.
Yeah, it was just a growth strategy email. I don't like when people reach out to us and say, you're kind of doing something wrong right now and we can help you. It's like, well, how do you know I'm doing something wrong?
It just caught me off guard.
Who do we want here?
Mason.
Nobody.
Mason.
Ugh.
Jordan Mason.
We have no Mason.
We have a lot of Jones, so
Mason's the worst pick in drafts, in my opinion.
That's because we're high on Jones. What if Jones gets hurt?
I'm not
Mason
high on
got a
Jones.
pass.
He's still the worst pick in drafts, even despite me not being high on Jones.
We
This
like
range
this
was
offense.
ugly though. This range was ugly.
Can you guys make a video for Debbie startup settings, or is that 2D gen? So
It's pretty
actually,
gen, but I can make it. I told somebody on Twitter, they were like, the video you made for Dynasty, can you do that for Debbie? And I was like, that's probably a good idea.
Well,
the only
I know
problem though, is
Bailey.
that, like,
I know
we don't
Bailey
really
was.
finish our own Debbie leagues, but I know the nuts and bolts of it.
I know Bailey was asking if we're going to do like Debbie rankings. And that's something like I mentioned. I'm like, we're in year 3 right now. Once we feel fully comfortable that we know exactly like how the format works, like obviously like we're in year 3 now, we're more familiar than we were in year 1. But once I feel like we can give like proper advice on Debbie rankings is when I feel like we should put it out. Like I still feel like I'm learning the format. So I don't want to put you guys in a situation where maybe I'm wrong on something because I'm not quite familiar just yet. And like, I want to make sure I have all the facts straight before I do that.
Yeah, I think given the prospect model stuff that I have, like I feel pretty confident that I could give Debbie rankings on like the 2026 class, but where it gets muddy is like the 2027 and 2028 prospects mixed in with it.
Ralph, I'll tell you right now, rookie pick 2s and 3s in Debbie are like nothing. Like they're like you're hoping like a Jalen Wright type is there.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean, you're not going to get that. Jalen Wright was an end of the 2nd round rookie pick.
Well, I forget where I got him in our startup. I think Debbie Disciples. I took him a couple years ago. Let me see exactly where it might have been actually at the end of the first. Let me see.
We have tried that, Arthur.
Oh, it's just going to show the most. Okay, I can give you guys an update now. So this is the Debbie League that's going into the 3rd season. The 1-2 turn consisted of Terrence Ferguson and Jalen Noel.
Yeah. The last thing I'll say on this email, it's actually more that I feel like it was written by AI than anything that pisses me off.
Yeah, what?
It like if
doesn't
you read
feel
it,
personalized
it
at
looks
all.
like you know, have you seen like the fitness influencers that are just using ChatGPT to write their threads?
Yeah,
there's like it just kind of reads like it was made with AI. That's the only thing that kind of bothers me about it.
Especially the first sentence, the way it like addresses us. Like,
yeah,
it's not like being personal. It's like
it's
very, you know what I'm talking
very
about, right?
AI like.
Yeah. I'm not going to disclose anything else on it because, like I said, I already kind of said.
Yeah, you already exposed exactly who sent us the email. So.
Sorry, it just caught me off guard and I said it out loud. That's on me.
You'd be the worst person to have in like a hostage situation, like, or like any if Danny was a therapist, like he would tell all of your secrets to people.
And how does that make you feel?
Fuck.
Okay. You want to take Drake?
Yeah, absolutely. You'll never hear me complain about a little Drake May.
Wait, you like Drake May?
Oh man, have I told you about the sports card I got of him?
Arthur's. Oh, we do. He is a therapist. I forgot about this.
And how does that make you feel?
Good therapist. Arthur, tell him that's not what good therapists do.
No, I know. I'm trolling. It's just like I was talking.
Okay. Do we do the classic Warren click?
Yeah, we have to. Especially we literally already have Jags correlation.
Also, urine board.
Yeah. But I mean, Arthur, you know how it is. It's like I was saying it on the other live stream, but like, oh yeah, I got a therapist to help me through a fucking traumatic event. I'm explaining to her like what's going on. And how does that make you feel? It's like, bitch, my dad died. What the fuck? How do you think it makes me feel? Like I said this on the live stream. It's like just put 2 and 2 together. Use common sense.
Yeah. I mean, most therapists, as I understand it, won't just tell you answers. They'll try and get you to see things on your own. But better therapists will actually give more insight than how does that make you feel?
But all I was hearing was, and how does that make you feel? And then she's like, yes, save that for the next session. Like, what? What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, introductory therapy sessions can be more administrative, as I understand it as well.
I was losing my marbles. I told my mom afterwards, I'm like, bro.
I'll give you some good recs if you'd rather have a better one. We got one in the chat right now. Maybe he has some good recs.
She says that's tough, bro. Literally, though. No, Jared, I'm not clowning on the whole industry. I know Arthur is a good therapist. I know there are good therapists.
I actually don't know that. I'm just assuming he's a better one than the one that you saw.
Well, I mean, just the conversations I've had with Arthur, like he understands like a lot. Like I just don't understand how someone's in a professional field and doesn't know how to empathize with someone. Like as long as you can empathize as a therapist and as long as you can get them to express what they're feeling, like you're good at your job. That's how I view it. If you're just, how does that make you feel and not actually listening to what I'm saying, like that's when I'll call you a bad therapist. Like I called that girl that I was working with. But anyways.
I'm a strong believer in, and I'm very much like everyone could use therapy. Like, like everyone can benefit from it. Not like it's obviously very beneficial for those people who need to work through serious stuff.
Mentally deranged people like myself.
Like people with serious trauma definitely could use therapy, but even like regular Joe Schmo people, I think can very much benefit from it.
Brock makes a good point. Just like in fantasy football, look at Fusu.
Flock for therapy is a strong trade-off.
Wait, so is Fusu just like the version in the fantasy space of the therapist I got?
Yeah, she was probably like, if she had fantasy takes, she definitely would have recommended drafting Justin Ross over Chris Olave for sure.
Bro, what was hilarious is we pointed these out to him and he's like, well, it's not a rankings list. It's an opportunity cost list. It's like, okay, but like the people that are subscribed to you, do they know what that is? It literally reads off like it's your rankings.
Yeah, no, I mean, people that are subscribed to you also might be a bold statement on him.
Yeah. No, okay. The funniest thing
is what do we got here?
We'll make these 2 picks.
Betchville like 10 picks.
Yeah, we could go Besh. Yeah, he's a good he's good value at this point.
I'll never complain. He's been following a little bit, but I mean, I like the
we got to figure out what our plan is going to be at quarterback. 2 and 3 potentially. Do we have any stacking options left? Burrow's gone. Lawrence is gone.
Darnold
is gone. Love is
Darnold,
gone.
Gino.
Darnold, I guess. Yeah. Darnold and Gino makes sense as like our second and third quarterback, maybe.
I think we might have to take them at the next turn, so I would start them.
We have DJ potentially as well available to us.
So I say we go
tight end here. We go Ferguson, yeah.
Yeah, Ferguson
or Goddard. It's fine with me. I don't really care.
Let's go.
We go Goddard because we have.
We can do that too.
I honestly, I think that actually kind of hurts Goddard, to be honest.
Let's go because we don't have the quarterback.
Not to mention, like I don't think Smith, Barkley, and Goddard all smash in the same season.
So we'll add Gino plus Darnold here, and then we'll take them at the next turn. I was gonna say something. With Fusu, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something specifically. I forget.
Is a fantasy football bad beat in the room with us right now?
This is what I was gonna say. Bush. The funniest thing to this day was when we were talking back and forth with Fusu, and then he sent a screenshot of somebody PayPaling him money saying thanks for the advice. I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, I could say so many things disrespecting you right now, but I'm not going to because I'm the bigger person. But you sending a screenshot of you getting a $50 fucking donation on PayPal did not make any difference to my day, respectfully.
All right, guys. Mission number 1 is let's get Danny a good therapist because he is heated over Fusu stuff right now.
No, I just found it was hilarious because I'm like, buddy, like, are you like flexing a screenshot of a PayPal?
Absolutely. That's what he was doing. Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird behavior, man.
So weird. Like, what about the person that was grateful for that advice and now you're using them as a flaunt? That
didn't hide their PayPal information, by the way.
Hide anything.
Screenshot. Someone took all that person's money.
Hey, to be fair, Arthur, when I was 17, 18, my punching bag was just my wall. So, I mean.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, there's some red flags popping up that we need to accelerate the timeline of let's find Danny a good therapist before we got to start expensing new monitors.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a pretty mentally unhinged person. I'm cool as a cucumber until I'm not.
Until you talk shit about Nico Collins, and then he's good. That's the rails.
You need Jesus.
AKA a carpenter. That's funny. Wild that fantasy football streamers, YouTubers are talking about therapy like this, kind of sick. Yeah, I mean, it's been beneficial in my life. It's been beneficial in my fiance's life. So, I mean, that's why I talk positively about it.
For sure. Like, again, a good therapist at the end of the day, like when you have serious trauma going on, like it will help you just having somebody that you can communicate with. Like straight up, I mean, it was funny because like growing up, considering like how mentally unhinged I was like almost acting as a therapist for all.
Oh, holy shit, we got sniped.
You're joking me?
I'm cool taking Cam here.
Let's go Cam and let's hope we get Darnold then.
Darnold's all the way down here though, so do we want to get someone else?
We have another turn.
let's say Cam Ward with one of these picks, and then I'm cool going. I'm fine even reaching on Darnold potentially if we have to.
It's not that much of a reach in all honesty. Plus, we're not going to get him if we wait.
He's gone if we don't take him. I mean, we could wait to DJ with our next pick because we have Warren.
I personally think we just take Darnold and not like what running back or receiver is standing out amongst the rest compared
No,
to
there's
what
none.
we can get.
Yeah,
Just Wandale.
Take the guy, yeah. But yeah, no, it was funny though with how unhinged I was. Like I was almost like the acting therapist, I was always the one where if somebody had something that was going on, they needed someone to talk to. I was always the one like checking up on people and making sure that they were okay. Because I'm always down to talk. That's one thing in life. I'm very, very enjoying the aspect of communicating.
Yeah. Is the Dak Prescott hater in the room with us right now?
Cool. Oh man. You guys have seen, like, could you imagine how I was in football where if my timer, my mental timer just like clicked off in a game and I just went savage mode?
I just got a text from Sleep Country saying they'll be here in 10 to 15 minutes. So I might have to hop off of here soon.
Yeah, which like we got 3 rounds left, so we should be.
We only have 3 more picks.
Yeah, hopefully we get it locked up here.
Damn, I'm a grandpa now, boys. I'm a grandpa. Need some naked Dak massage therapy. Jesus, you're making him sound like Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. You could go for some massage therapy from Dak. That would soothe some wounds. Be like, Dak, did you know that you have 3 QB1 seasons?
Yeah, no, literally. Minimum word count with that speech. Yeah, dude, the amount of random fucking descriptive and words that I'll just add to my communication sometimes. Like right there, like, did I really need to say all that for I talk a lot?
Yeah, here's what's going to help. Here's what's going to help you. Making TikToks is going to help you because making TikToks makes you forcefully become a little bit more concise.
Well, I'm more concise when I actually make fucking TikToks and short content. Like, you've seen the TikToks. Well, I've done pretty good.
Apply it to real life. Make real life TikToks.
Also, yeah, Nate Frazier, freshman from Georgia. He probably will go find his way somewhere in like the second round. I would say of the startup is about where I've seen him. Yeah, I'm a verbose speaker. I love that term. I'm gonna start using verbose.
It's a great term.
It's a great term. I love
that.
Could
be on the cusp of something special with that,
dude. For those of you,
you could be on Dak's cusp.
Yo, pause. Yeah, for those of you that are confused, I might have to show them that message between picks because that one. Where is it?
Danny, every single pick has said, hold on, I'll pick soon. I'm on the cusp of something special. Like a trade. Every single pick he's made, he said this.
I got so invested into it.
Okay. Apparently this Nate Frazier guy is a ball knowers thing. I got to look up his numbers. And if he has like 20 career rushing yards, I'm not going to talk to you guys anymore.
No, he's pretty good. I saw him last year.
Nate Frazier.
Let me see. I'm fucking still. How long ago did I say that in the chat? It was on the first deal. I know that.
Okay, Nate Frazier, halfback, Georgia Bulldogs. Because if I recall, wasn't Branson Robinson supposed to be special too?
Yeah, he was.
Okay, so this Nate Frazier character, 2.81 yards after contact per attempt, 21 missed tackles, is kind of dust on 140 carries. This guy looks pretty mid to me, guys. Tell me what I'm missing. I know he's a freshman and his numbers could get better and stuff, but his numbers look pretty shit.
Here, let's quickly make our pick and I'll show them cusp of something special. DJ Giddens again, because we have the correlation. And I actually have been clicking Keenan Allen's name quite a bit.
Yeah.
He seems free.
He also, Dylan, he averaged 4.8 yards per carry in the regular season last year, and then 5.0 if you include the playoffs. So I don't know where you're seeing 7 yards per carry.
Also, Isaac Brown, Louisville. I have on 2 of the 2 Devy teams I have. So
we want Keenan.
I think he's going to be a big ADP value the moment he rises when he signs.
God, we got an unk-ass team with Keenan and Cooper Kupp. I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Also, so for those of you that are wondering the context between cusp of something special, I sent this in our sleeper league chat. If I don't trade, I'll take my first Daniels share. And I said, DMs feel like we're on the cusp of something special, and the entire league loved that one. That was on the first trade that we did. Shout out Jared. But I guess the draft is right here. Dope. Ooh, he's telling him. I like it though.
Brother looks at stats.
I
mean, well, I don't have time to watch like freshman receivers or freshman running backs. So
he didn't even get the
if
right
his stats
position.
don't look good, frankly, I just don't really care until they look good.
Yeah, I mean, his stats
Because
are
Branson
okay.
Robinson, I was told, dude, you just got to watch him. It's like, well, he stinks. So
Branson Robinson, the only reason I was semi-intrigued because he was built like Nick Chubb at 16 years old.
oh, I see. 7 yards per carry for Isaac Brown. Yeah, Isaac Brown, I've seen his numbers. He's got some decent numbers.
Yeah, fucking Branson Robinson. You see there was the video of him like squatting over 500 pounds at like 16 or 17.
Yeah,
and
that's the only reason he got hype, by the way.
Dude, he kind of looked like Nick Chubb a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, no, Isaac Brown, I have to get in the prospect model. Like his numbers are good.
Yeah.
I don't have. He's small by the looks of it, but he's definitely somebody I need to get in the prospect model. He also had like a monster game against some good teams too.
People saw this pick of Branson Robinson. Well, I mean, this is clearly the next Nick Chubb. Like what are we talking about here? Look at this. Like the 17-year-old.
Right? Yeah.
Like
I
this
remember
is the next Nick Chubb. Like man, like what are you talking about, man? That's easily Nick Chubb.
Can you look up Denzel Boston right now? I'm curious how much he looks like his dad.
Is that David Boston?
Yeah. That's he's a lot less functionally put together than his father.
Is he? Oh, I spelled David wrong. Yeah, no, he definitely doesn't look exactly.
He literally got way too jacked.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, he had that. He was part of the trio in Arizona in 08 that all hit 1,000 yards, right? Hey?
Sorry, what did you say?
2008. He's part of the 2008 Cardinals trio that all hit at 1K, right?
No. He was way before that.
You sure?
That
right.
was Bolden Fitz and I don't want to say Mark Bolger. That's not right.
No. Oh my God, who was it? He was there for oh my God, this is gonna bother me. Who the fuck was the third receiver on that team that hit Cardinals? Let me see. Okay, receiving yards. I am on passing, receiving. Okay. Steve Breston. That's who it was. I thought it was David Boston. It was Steve Breston.
Yeah, no, David Boston had like 1,700 yards or something as a fucking sophomore though, and in 2001.
Yeah, that's fucking mental.
Sophomore in the NFL, sorry, not in college.
Yeah. Fucking heat. Also, I just realized we have no other picks, but the boy Spicy.
It's an AJ Turner, 8.3 yards per carry. Marshall running back who transfers to Minnesota. Yeah, this guy's kind of interesting, actually. But Darius Taylor's probably going to get most of the carries.
Do we have? Oh, wait, who transferred to Arizona?
This kid, someone mentioned in the chat, Big T said AJ Turner, 8.3 yards per carry. Get him in the model.
Ashton Hall is
good numbers, but he's going to Minnesota where Darius Taylor is. So I'm curious where his touches are going to come from this year.
Ashton Hall is quite literally Branson Robinson at this point.
Who's Ashton Hall?
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, Bush.
Unk.
That is
Unk.
Wait, hold on. We got one last pick.
I mean, we need a stacking option for Ward. We can
okay, I know who this is.
We could take Lockett.
Yeah, let's go Lockett or Io Manor, maybe.
We've taken Io Manor every
Let's go
single
Lockett.
time.
We're going Unk team. We got Cooper Kupp, Keenan Allen, and fucking Tyler Lockett on the same team.
Also, yeah, Marsha's the dog. Yeah, Anquan Bolton was on that, correct.
Yeah. Ashton Hall is the face dunker guy, right?
Yes. Saratoga Water.
Yeah. I hope he has stock in that company, dude. Me and Mason were talking about this. I think he single-handedly blew that company up.
He definitely did. Oh, we were talking about that together. I was on that.
Were you? Okay.
Yeah. He better have stock in that, honestly. Unk status. Yeah. Also,
how am I supposed to know who these TikTokers are?
Hey,
never watched a talk tick in my life.
Bush, what you know about that? I Show Speed versus Ashton Hall. They raced. What you know about that?
Who the hell's I Show Speed?
You don't know.
Okay, you know who I Show Speed is. You know who I Show Speed.
Unk.
This guy is real.
Get some culture, bro. Like,
who's like the biggest streamer.
Sorry, I have to go off. Look at Jared and chat.
Time out, bro. What? That's fake. No, I actually deadass don't know who this is.
Brother.
Is that the guy that Tyreek Hill raced?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's I guess that's what I know about him.
So Bush, you know you're an unk when you say you don't know a guy who has 41 million subscribers on YouTube.
Never heard of the guy.
Oh my god!
Until Tyreek raced him, I never heard of him. So he's like a PewDiePie type guy.
So he got like famous because he's got like a very pretty divisive personality. Like
Okay.
I don't know.
He acts like a crackhead.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. Like he was the one. Like he set off like fireworks in his fucking room before. Like
all these guys blend in with me, like Kai Cenat and all these guys. They all just blend together.
They're all the
They're all the same.
They're all
just like
the biggest
goofy
people
ass
in the
fucking
generation
streamers.
right now, though.
I was gonna say the same shits of a different ass, but
Yeah, no, they're just.
That's an unk saying.
They are. Yeah, this is the entry that we're rolling with tonight.
Is he a PewDiePie type guy?
Yeah, it's very unk way. Like I haven't even heard of PewDiePie in the past like 5 years.
Oh my god.
I only like my window of like watching streamers or whatever was like when I was 11, like a normal person. Like I don't watch streamers as an adult.
Yeah, I don't watch streamers. I just see it all on TikTok.
I think I respect you more for not knowing these.
Thank you. I
Go.
like this is how unk I am. I watched Carl Reiner and Jerry Seinfeld's comedy special from 1987 last night. Like I'm an old soul, man. I'm not watching Kai Cenat streams. Like I'm watching some cultured human beings.
Nah, bro, fucking
Okay. I have to head out. I'm getting the call for my mattresses here, so you can close this thing out.
take it easy. Also, I mean, one
Kind of
more thing
unk to get a mattress delivered during the stream.
Ask Bush if he knows Bonnie Blue. Okay, he probably doesn't want to answer that in front of someone right now, but
That motherfucker does who Bonnie Blue is. That's the man who knows Bonnie Blue.
He might know someone by the name of Bonnie Blue. Shout out Bonnie Blue. Dylan, do not search who that is. I'm telling you.
Are we showing our cards, Danny?
You're too young.
Make us full screen.
Yeah, we got
Bush can't tell us anything now.
Let's go, baby.
Look, you might like this one, Joe Milton.
Oh, dude, I have a Milton in the other room. I have
Cowboy
one.
now?
So I have the Milton with the hundreds on the outside, and my buddy told me that was like really rare.
Oh, that's good.
So I got that in the other room. It's sleeved up. Outside of the Laporta, obviously. Oh, that's a sexy.
These are
mark.
just base rookies, though.
I don't even know what make this is, but this is a rookie Bo Nix, and I kind of like
That's
how
a good one.
I like that. I told you for any of the hockey guys out there, got a signed
McCarthy
Hank right here.
If he bangs.
Yeah, dude, I need a McCarthy. That's the other thing too. It's like I did my box opening. Like I opened my boxes. From now on, I'm just gonna buy single cards. I just wanted to create the initial collection.
Well, the thing is too, they're like making
Kirill.
fun of you, but they don't understand too that you had to like pay resale value for those boxes.
Well, that's the thing too, and I actually got like good prices. Like
Good deals, yeah.
Do you
But,
know
like the boxes aren't technically worth that much? You know what I mean?
So you know what the Panini Select Hobby Box usually goes for, right? Like realistically, when you want one, like you're probably spending 700 plus US.
Yeah.
Usually, you know what I got it for?
How much?
620 Canadian.
That's not bad.
Right, which is about 500 US, and that was the box that I pulled Caleb and Laporta from.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the fact that the fact that I spent 2 to 2.5K and 2 cards basically already made up the entire value, and I was able to build my collection. Like, because like even obviously like the lower hits, it's like base Caleb rookie card here. Like that's pretty fucking cool there. Obviously, I got the better Caleb card.
I have that same, but for the McCarthy.
Yeah, no, that's fucking hype. Like I said,
but it's just lad.
Got the gift for Bushy.
You really just want quarterbacks in Don Russ.
For sure. Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. Cool for the setup there. Base Wemby right
I wish
here.
you were into Pokemon, dude.
Yo, that I could already tell. Charmander PSA. You got a PSA 10 on that?
Yeah, that one's a PSA 10.
Sheesh.
This one got a 9. I have another one of these raw, and then in this new set, I pulled like the second chase. It's called Cynthia's Garchomp, but I haven't sent it in for grading yet.
Bro, I was looking at it. So I was mentioning to you Arena Club, and my buddy had the discount. Like some of the pulls that you can get in the Pokemon section are insane.
No,
like,
it's crazy, but that's pure gambling at that
point.
100%.
100%. I would only do one because my buddy's got the promo code. That's really discount, what it is. Yeah. We got the Penix here. AJ actually.
Yeah, I didn't pull a Penix at all.
We mentioned, of course, we both have the Drake Mays. Shout out Drake.
Yeah.
We will take that.
I
This
have some
one was
One Piece cards too. Don't you watch anime?
I don't, but I got
okay.
the out of 5 Tyreek here.
Yeah, that one's a good one, especially being such a low number.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I guess the final one I'll show here. The final one in my hard top loaders is another. I have 2 signed Marchenko cards. This one's definitely better than the other one, but I opened a couple hockey and I got 2 of the same signatures of a player, like different cards, obviously. But yeah,
Wait, the other one was signed.
Yeah, but so both
they
of
were
them
both
were.
signed.
So obviously different types of cards. But let me see where the other one is here, where I put it.
I have some Cowboys like base rookies or base ones I can give you when I see you in
Hey,
August.
let's get it, bro. Yeah, here. This was the other one.
The Raiders have no good players to fucking pull. I guess they have Brock and.
Oh, I pulled the rookie Brock. I pulled the base rookie Brock. Oh my
god, but it's all right.
Also, it fell right out of the top loader.
Butch is gonna like fucking see this after the stream and be like, "Why did I let these motherfuckers go on without me?"
Yeah. Sorry, fucking fell out of the top loader for a second, but that'll happen because the bigger top loaders, it's easier to fall out of sometimes. But yeah, whoever is collecting in here, hopefully you appreciated that. Sun.
If y'all collect at Danny on Twitter, and I'll go through and look at them because I fucking love collecting.
Yeah. Also, I showed this earlier, but for those wondering, this is the high price, the high ticket item. I would say, or the box. I mean. What would you say though? I mean, the Laporte and Caleb are pretty comparable because obviously the Caleb
I would say the Caleb probably.
Yeah, because like market value would be there, but like Laporte, it's so hard because there's no comps. But as you guys can see here, 2023 Panini Select Program, 2024 quarterback 1 selected, ended up pulling that rookie Caleb.
It depends on your auto. It depends on the number. Like once you get it, I'll be able to like give you better.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. And on
is it a patch too or just auto?
So let me see here. So it said
chillax, Danny. Chillax.
Why? Oh yeah, I got my
showing fucking crazy information.
I gotta cut that from the YouTube after.
Yeah.
I didn't know it showed all that in all transparency, but here, what 210? Okay, hopefully nobody checks that. Was it just my address? It didn't show any
I think
information.
It was just
right? Okay. Don't send me shit, please.
Unless it's cards.
Yeah, if you want to send me a card, feel free. Maybe at some point we make an FSC PO box or something like that. If you really wanted to send this stuff, but unfortunately, I just doxed myself.
Bush leaves us for 3 seconds. Bush leaves you alone for 3 seconds.
I find a way to expose an email and. Yeah, I should hop off.
Yeah, we should probably get off.
Yeah, hopefully you guys didn't see that. And
the people who are still in here are probably not fucking degens. So
I appreciate you guys nonetheless, and take it easy. I'm going to go delete that from the VOD. Peace out, guys.